They say life will bring discomfort, and I discovered we all just suffer, cause no one feels that bad. And it comes from one another. We hurt each other just like a lover, and don't think twice about that. Yeah, and I feel like something's bad, but hell, I'm used to that. I always turn my back, yeah. And I wanna feel something, but all I feel is pain.
What's up, Flint? Lurk away, buddy. Lurk away. Just getting started.
You either pick yourself up or you let yourself down. Life will always
No intro streams means I get to play with buttons and do things while you guys sit here and stare at the side of my face. Sorry, that's just how it goes.
I'll do it all by myself.
But Nefex isn't bad to listen to. Okay, there's that. Crack a bottle of water before we get started.
I don't wanna get torn apart. I start to feel my heart race faster. It's pumping.
Got 6:30, about an hour, maybe hour and a half, and the guys will get together with us, and we will be talking about Home Alone 3, 4, the Holiday Heist, and Home Sweet Home Alone. Yeah, the worst of the worst of the worst. That's what's on schedule for our rating tonight. But in the meantime, I had a little extra time, so I'm gonna play some Expedition 33. And let's, where's my mouse? There we go. Yeah, that's all correct. The Manor, we just got here, so we're gonna check out the Manor. It's all new. Mael can't stay in offensive or defensive stance 2 turns in a row. Okay. Offensive or defensive stance, but can she stay in virtuous stance? That's my question. I don't know if I want to go through every single locked door in the Manor again, right? Because we appeared in here and then came through here. It was kind of weird. Let's just see if we can go find something useful. West just subscribed. I thought you were streaming, buddy. What are you doing over here subscribing to me? And El Jefe gave me a shout out. I think that was days ago. That might have been an old thing. What's going on, West? Gonna be so fun. Cough, cough. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'm not Home Alone. You know what? The movies might not be that fun, Dan, but talking about them with you and Clean, it's gonna be fun. It's definitely gonna be fun for sure. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I'm stuck in the dang Manor. Are you kidding me? Can we upgrade anything? Rest, upgrade. I don't know if I did this or not. Let's go through the list. No. Learn skills. 8. I need 10. 1, I need 4. And 0, I need 6 on her. We were gonna change the skill set, the slots though, right? Change the skills we're using. Let's go. Critical hits, apply, burn, Pictos. Do we have, we don't have roulette. Okay, let's equip these Pictos, and opposing attack, base attack applies defenseless for 1 turn. That's why has she got that? Oh, because we were trying to change her speed stat, so we were looking at other things. That's right. But yeah, we'll throw roulette in there instead. And then stun boost, 30% increase damage on stunned targets. She doesn't stun me. Go to critical moment. 50% increased critical chance if health is below 30%. She's never. Okay, so we got our new Pictos in there that are not color formed. I figured something out. So when you look over here and you see the sides of this square, right? None of those are colored in. That means this hasn't been used once. But when it's been used all 4 times, all 4 sides will get lit up like this golden barrier over here, which I can't hardly do with my finger because this is a lot harder than it looks. And then the center color will light up. So that's how you know it did. Did you rewatch any? I rewatched all of them, Dan. I rewatched all of them because my eldest son really loves them. And so I did my homework. Okay, so we got those and her Pictoses are, you know, lit or whatever. And that's, so we're just gonna kind of play and I'm not gonna worry too much. Oh, I did want to change skills though. So we got Immolation, Thunderfall, Wildfire, Thermal Transfer. I like all these. What else did we get? Oh, I got Electrify. I like Ice Lance though. And I like Healing Light. What about, maybe we'll change Thunderfall for Electrify.
Run.
Deals low single target lightning damage, 3 hits. I don't know, it's cheap. Let's use it. It could be fun. And then we're gonna go with Rebirth. Revives an ally with 30 to 70% health and 2 additional AP. Consumes a bunch of light. So I'm gonna try all enemies and Immolation applies, but I want burns to stick. Applies 3 burns? Fire damage and 3 burn. Applies 2 more burns if they're marked. Healing Light. Screw it. We'll change Healing Light. We'll do Rebirth instead. Does that sound bad though? I don't know. Screw it. We'll just try it. See what happens. What do you got for skills there, scraggly hair guy? He's got 6 skills and 6 are equipped. That's all there is. Degagement and Rain of Fire. Swift Strides changed her into Virtuoso. Guard Up we don't really use. Florette Fury, if in Virtuoso stance, stay in Virtuoso stance. And it can break, we want to keep that. Guard Up, you're gone. Let's do Rain of Fire. Deals medium single target damage. Applies 3 burn hit. Defensive stance applies 2 more burn. Okay, that's cool. Targets. Increased damage to marked targets. Virtuous stance costs 2 AP. I like that. Spark. Let's get rid of Spark and try this Degagement. Deals low single target fire damage. 1 hit. Target becomes weak to fire damage for 2 turns. Okay, we'll try that. And then we got a bunch of fire stuff in here. We're gonna just try. We're just trying some stuff. What's up, Bubba Hotep? Do I ever miss the MSF community? I still talk with a lot of the MSF community night plays. I just don't hang out in the chats as much as I used to anymore. I don't hang out in mini chats at all. But I don't miss the game, that's for sure. Right, I don't know where we're going, but we're gonna go here. I mean, I miss the community, but if they missed me back, they'd come and hang out with me. And some of them do. And so I don't, you know, get too wound up in, I don't know, I like to live in the moment. I had fun and I enjoyed it and those memories are great, but I like to live in the moment and not let the past dissuade me from the awesomeness that we're experiencing at this very second.
No need to manor monoseko.
Well, that was dumb. Okay, that wasn't maybe the awesomeness I was hoping to experience just right there. Welcome to my lovely house. Okay, whatever. We need to go fight something. Can I go to the arena? Where's my mini map? Oh, that's right. They don't have a mini map. Chief House. That's what I've been looking for this whole freaking time. Can I go in? You may come in. Good. Look at the Chief's got a bunch of people doing push-ups.
Malito de
Chief's got a
warrior.
nice rack on her.
Tú me cuba ultimate sacapatas.
So you're the warrior who demolished our ultimate Sakapatate. Yes, that's
wasn't
right, it
that
was me.
strong.
Naru. Porque tuve mi respeto.
You've earned my
Mi
respect.
kosuri.
What can I do for you? Are you the chief? I am
Gorobito
indeed the
Bota.
chief of our village.
Kaka
Name's
Expediciono.
Golgra.
Kato Matu
I'm gonna call her Gloria from now on, because Golgra is hard for me to pronounce. I'm technically part of the MSF community since I went back to the start and don't offer any gameplay whatsoever.
There are so many questions I'd love to ask.
Hotep, I'm thinking about closing down my Discord. I'm curious what you think about that. I'm thinking about closing down my Discord because I don't really use it that much. And now that I'm part of the conglomerate or whatever Dan's calling it, I think I'm just gonna use that as my main channel, and then I don't have to curate anything. I can just let Dan do all the work, just like an R rating. It'll be great.
We need to get to the paintress. Noko said you could help us cross the sea.
People tell me that they miss the recap a lot. Night Reaper. I hear that a lot.
Humano.
I enjoyed making the recap. That was one of the videos I really enjoyed making, but it was very hard for me to make because I had to do it the morning of, and I also had to watch about 5 hours worth of YouTube videos the day before. And it was a lot of my time to make a 3-minute video.
Others have passed through here.
Dumba Kaka Expediciono.
Few of our expeditions every few years, hard to keep track.
Gorobito Bota. Un poquito
How do you get here in the
A
first
white-haired
place?
man destroyed it.
Surimoto Priva.
You know him.
Io Sano Villaggio.
He attacked the village once. Some of us survived somehow.
Okay. Sano Bibo Bota.
In that case, your best bet is SQ. If you ask nicely, maybe SQ can take you across the water. I'm just going to move everyone over to the channel. Is Dan's team server. It was dope and funny as heck, but that does not sound like way too much effort.
So SKA exists.
You know, I don't mind the amount of effort as long as I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And I didn't mind watching the videos, and I didn't mind making the recap video because it was fun, and I liked kind of poking fun at some of the content creators and giving props to the ones who were putting in hard work and genuinely, you know, curating good videos for the community. But I hate the game. I hate Marvel Strike Force. Even going back and watching people play it now, I'm just like, man, why did I play that game for so long? It kind of ruined Hero Collectors for me. I have no desire to play another Hero Collector at all. You need a password? What are you talking about? SQ is very friendly, but SQ could also accidentally eat you. SQ doesn't know its own strength sometimes. It would be irresponsible to let weaklings visit
We
SQ.
already
I'm not
defeated
weak.
your ultimate.
Not good enough. You'll have to enter our legendary tournament to get the password. This is the Gestral way. You'll be fighting our legendary warriors. They are old, so it should be easy. Let's do this. Now I'm excited. Let's see what you can do. Oh, and you'll also fight the stranger. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Stranger.
As soon as they say the stranger, I think of that where you sit on your left hand until it goes numb. The stranger? That's what I think of. That's whatever. Maybe that's just me. I hate it too, but I keep playing because I'm a sellout. The community is what keeps me playing the trash. Yeah, we all been there. Thinking about MSF honestly makes me want to vomit. Yeah, it was the community. What's up, Raw? Hey, everybody. Way Too Raw making an appearance in chat. Catch her while you can, folks. Do you want the arena directly, or do you want to beat up a few guards around here first? No, I want to go to the arena. I already looked around. Let's do some damage here. Honey, this is not Headliners. This is Expedition 33. I don't expect you to like this game. It's Headliners is the one I want you to come sit in on. Guys, I'm trying to get her to play Headliners. Just come sit in the chair and play for me a couple of rounds. Just get a feel for it. I think she's going to love it. Yes, we have to enter the tournament now. Let's do this. I have all new skills too. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. What? What did he say? You can find him over there. Whoop. Let's go over here then. You want to register for the tournament? You're talking to the right guest roll. So far, we've got signups from 3 of our legendary champions and a mysterious new warrior. Did I mention the prize is a powerful weapon, so how about it? Count us in. Oh, I appreciate the enthusiasm. Unfortunately, in the arena, it's a one-on-one fight only. No worries, though. I'll sign you up as a team. Just decide before each fight who gets the honor of getting beat up. Got it. All right, you're all signed up. Your opponent is one of our legendary champions. Bertrand Big Hands. Who's gonna fight? It's gonna be Mael. We're gonna go through the entire tournament with Mael because we want to win the weapon for Mael. Word has it, she's got a badass weapon if you win it with Mael, so we're just gonna play as her the whole time we go through this tournament. Bertrand Big Hands. Bertrand Big Hands just got slapped for trying to put her big hands on me. Okay, let's go for some skills. What if we try switches to virtuous stance if the target is burning? We're gonna set this target on fire. Low fire damage applies defenseless. Low physical damage, 1 hit. Low fire damage, 1 hit. Target becomes weak to fire for 2 turns. We're gonna do degagement, whatever that is. And I think this is gonna put me in offensive stance.
Let's dance.
Get out of here, Bertrand! You can't touch me! Bertrand just got bitch slapped right there. If I consumed MSF at an average level, I can imagine making it content for every single day. It would drive me nuts. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed 15 minutes of this stream. I know, Windstorm, you really missed out. We were literally talking about MSF most of the time. Next time you won't be so easy, I'm sure, and we need to adjust those moves. If we're gonna go solo with Mael, she needs different stuff. So Pierce is great if it's marked. Degagement sucks. I need something that's actually going to start them on fire, like Spark. Applies 3 burn. There we go. Okay, we do need Spark in there. Florette Fury, if in Virtuous Stance, stay in Virtuous Stance and it breaks. Rain of Fire puts on 3? Oh, I didn't know that. Deals medium single fire damage. Okay, well, maybe we didn't need to do that. Okay, and I need... Switch to Virtuous Stance, the target is burning. So we could hit him with Spark, switch to Virtuous Stance, then Pierce them, right? Okay, so that's fine, but we need to go over her skills, which is like... How do I change the thing? Here, to the Pictos is what I want to change. I want to change the Pictos. After a free aim hit, base tech damage, apply burn on hitting a marked target. Okay. Break damage. I need to mark them is what I need to do. Let's do this. Can we do this? Let's like, reset all those? Did I really want to reset all this? Okay, I have those ones equipped. Okay. Now we have 17 points to do it. Okay, burning shots, 20% chance to burn on free aim. That's something we need. Attack lifesteal. Augmented attack, cleansing tint, powering attack, exposing, base attack applies defenseless for 1 turn. 20% chance to apply mark on a free aim shot. We want that also. 3 AP on breaking a target, critical burn, 25% increased critical chance on burning enemies. We're gonna be setting a lot of enemies on fire. Healing tints also remove all status effects from the target. Dodger, gain 1 AP on a perfect dodge once per turn. Sounds kind of weak. 1 AP on a jump counter attack. Whatever, SOS shell, apply shell when falling below 50. We'll throw that in there, and then we'll just throw in Dodger, because that's gonna be good enough. Only thing I'll say about MSF is that Symbiotes rule and Sipsock are... I don't even know what's good these days. The tournament has begun. Find Lemons if you want to sign up. Okay. So, talk to this guy. Let's do it. Who's gonna fight? Gonna be Mael again. I heard your voice on Sunday stream where he was playing the special Roblox mode with the kids. It was so good. Dominique Giant Feet. I missed that dodge completely. That was terrible. All right, we're gonna go. I only got 4 AP. Let's mark the heck out of him and see what happens. We got a burn on him. That's cool. And we'll go to skills. Low fire damage, low spark, swift stride, switches to virtuous stance if the target is burning. Regains 2 AP. Okay, we'll try this one, see what happens. Back to 2 AP and we're in virtuous stance too. Ah, I missed it, dang it. He's in virtuous stance, we got 4 AP. We're gonna try this pierce thing. He's not marked, but I think that's okay. This should be cheap. Ooh. Boom.
Ready to parry.
Oh, he did a different attack. It was a little change up in the animation there. Let's see. I got 4 AP. I'm in defensive stance. What's good in defensive stance? We don't have anything that's good in defensive stance, but we can switch to swift strides. That'll be fun. He's burning. And this will probably kill him. Ah, I missed it again. Dang it. That animation's really kind of tricky. All right. Hearsay. Here we go. That kills him. That kills him. You won? Wow, of course I won. I'm fucking amazing. Let's go again. Matthew the Colossus. Stanceless. See what we can do here. We got him burning. Nice. And we're gonna go to Swift Stride. Same exact strategy as the last one. Ooh, damn. Not getting that.
Some ink.
Try the pierce on him, see what happens.
Strike.
Oh, wow, that was fast. Crushed him. You'll be fighting against the mysterious new warrior. I hope you're prepared, otherwise the prize will go to them. Okay, so the mysterious new warrior, this I have no idea, but this is my guess. It's gonna be somebody who's gonna join our team, and I think it's gonna be somebody who uses a deck of cards
filming
as
a
their,
show here.
as their weapon. That's right, Taco
For the
Sugar.
love of God!
Destroy it, Sakapatato! Adoration! Save a stranger!
The stranger! Oh, hey, look at that. It's not who I thought it was. Maybe it is, I don't know. I thought it was a dude who used the cards. But it might not even be the guy I thought it was. Oh, yeah, it's a chick and she uses cards.
Ciel?
Let's go, CL.
What?
With that low-rise midriff outfit.
You guys? You're alive! I thought I was the only one left. I knew you were resourceful. How did you get here?
Hey, humano! Kimano Fraito! Rona Fraito Kenobi!
They're expecting a bit of a show.
Oh, yeah, honey, if you play headliners, be prepared. They're gonna mess with you a lot. Okay, Sayel, let's see what she's got. I didn't dodge that at all. Let's do the same exact technique. Let's shoot her right square in the face. Oh, she's marked but not burning. So let's try something else then. That's not gonna work very well, is it? We need him to be burning. Okay, we'll just switch to Spark then. Let's try Spark on the marked target. I missed both of them, dang, I'm not doing good.
On me.
Rush. Rush is a buff that increases the speed of the character by 33%. Oh. Whoa, I have, wow, okay. She's burning now, and I'm marked, uh-oh. What's my health at? I'm doing okay still. All right, I need to gain some AP. Let's just do a basic attack. It's gonna do some damage on her. And we're in offensive stance now. Oh my god, I didn't dodge anything. Getting the crap kicked out of me? That's okay though. I think I'm gonna put her down now. Let's do... she's not burning. Dang it! 50% damage dealt. We're gonna try Spark again and see if we can't light her on fire. Hey, at least I hit the targets that time. There we go. Alright, that worked. I really need to put adult diapers on my shopping list for headliners, no doubt. Mael wins. The Gestrel offer the champion a special weapon. I'll try to be there to watch all the shenanigans. It's a lot of fun.
Well, that wasn't so bad.
Like beating old people.
So it wasn't
Yeah,
so bad.
that sort of thing
Am I
happens.
one of those old people?
One day, I hope. Hey, how'd you end up here?
Oh, after the beach, I ended up in an odd yellow forest, not too far from here. Had to dodge a few Nevrons, but luckily I met a Gestrel who guided me here. What about you?
Well, I woke up next to a waterfall and...
We can talk later. Let's get back to Golgra.
I love the costume. It's so out of place.
No time to lose.
What's up, Gigabytes? New weapon, the Medellum. Do you wish to play Sael's tutorial? Of course I do. I want to see how Sael works. And we got the Medellum, or whatever that is. Okay. I didn't dodge that at all.
Zoom in.
Okay. Sael's Foretell. Sael can apply and consume Foretell on enemies, 10 max per enemy. Skills that apply Foretell generate sun charges. Skills that consume Foretell generate moon charges. Okay. Sun and moon and cards of some sort. Foretell, no charge. So let's do... Sael's starting skills are Focused Foretell and Twilight Slash. Focused Foretell applies 5 Foretell and generates 1 sun charge. Start by using Focused Foretell to apply Foretell and gain 1 sun charge. Okay. Focused Foretell, that's this button. And we're gonna use it, deals medium single target damage, applies 2 Foretell, applies 3 additional Foretell if target has 0 Foretell. Okay.
Here's your card.
Cool. There we go. All right. Sael's Foretell. Using Focused Foretell has given 1 sun charge and applied 5 Foretell. Sael gets bonus effects while a sun charge or a moon charge is activated. Sun charge gain 1 AP per Foretell. Moon charge gain 1 AP per Foretell applied. Okay. Foretell consumed, Foretell applied. Okay, so... Got it. I think I got it. Alright. Twilight Slash consumes all Foretell on the target to increase its damage. It also generates 1 moon charge. Focused Foretell applied 5 Foretell to the target. Since Sael already has 1 sun charge, casting Twilight Slash will give her back 5 AP. Consumes Foretell to deal additional damage. So if I used Focused Foretell, no, I'm sorry. If I use Twilight Slash, it's gonna give me back a bunch of AP because I'm consuming the Foretell with it. Use Twilight Slash to consume Foretell, gain 5 AP, and generate 1 moon charge. Okay. Twilight Slash it is. Good lord, guys. Deals low single target dark damage. Consumes all Foretell to deal additional damage. Plus 1 AP per Foretell consumed. Okay. I didn't get it. What's up, Elder? They're scaring the crap out of me with stuff. There we go, got that one. All right, that maxed out my AP. 7, you got a hat redemption? Okay. Foretell, Twilight. Oh man, there's too much going on. All right, at the start of her turn, if Sael has both Moon and Sun charge, which I think I do, she consumes them to enter Twilight for 2 turns. During Twilight, Sael applies double Foretell. The maximum amount of Foretell per enemy is increased from 10 to 20. Damage is increased depending on the number of Sun and Moon charges consumed. Try to make the best use of Twilight to maximize Foretell application and damage. Okay, Twilight plus 50% damage times 2 Foretell applied times 2 max Foretell. So I don't get it. What do I want to use then? Consumes Foretell to deal additional damage. Applies 2 Foretell. Applies 2 Foretell. If no Foretell, apply 5. I think I have a bunch of Foretell on him. I'm not really sure.
Just go to your local home improvement store
Oh my
and ask
God,
for the big
guys.
black cock.
Oh my God. I'm gonna just try dart. I'm gonna hit buttons because you guys aren't gonna let me play the game. He's dead anyway. It's gonna take me a minute to figure this one out. Now you can be scared while looking slightly more fashionable. Thanks, Windstorm. Yeah, the lightning is so loud. Actually, all the HUD effects ones are loud. All the HUD effects redemptions are super loud. You return as champions. Well done, well done. Okay, then you're ready. The password is get out of my
The
way.
password is get out of my way.
Very gestureless.
Village as regards the path. Shout the password as loud as you can, and Sanisa will let you
As loud as
through.
we can.
Thank you for everything.
Gestural positivity.
One more thing, we've opened the back door for you. It'll be easier to come back and visit
Thanks,
us.
Chef.
Thanks. Provoke Golgra to a duel. Shit, yeah, let's try it. Choose an expeditioner. We're gonna go with Mael again.
Okay.
This will be fun but easy, she says. We're gonna find out. Whoa! Okay, she might be out of my league. I had a person redeem a jump scare and it actually scared her too this morning. She learned her lesson. Yeah, the jump scare, because there's a delay, right? So you do the jump scare and there's a bit of a delay. Okay, so let's get out of here. We're gonna... Who's in our party? Can we get rid of somebody and equip the new chick? Who do we get rid of? Who do we swap out? What's up, Juicy? I'm not really sure where we're supposed to go. They said they opened up the back. Let's just go straight. This sure looks like the front. Yeah, that's the front. Ooh, we get to upgrade. Nothing there. He's got some stuff going on. Let's go. We've already got luck cranked up. We don't need to do any more luck. We can just go agility and might. And we'll go vitality. 45 points available? Holy crap, lady. That wasn't a lot of points there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, and then Trying to spread them around a little bit. Let's go off of this to make her weapon real powerful. Agility. She's gonna be super fast. There we go. And back up. Learn skills. I bet she's got a ton of skills to learn. He's at 8. We have this one at 6, which is Shatter. Deals high lightning damage to all enemies. Can break if target is broken by the hit. Overcharged. Fully charged. I want to save up for Strike Storm. That sounds cool. There's 2. We don't have anything she can unlock. This chick's got 14. What do we got? We have Twilight Slash and Focused Foretell, which I barely even understand how to use those. Marking card deals medium single target dark damage, 2 hits, applies mark. That sounds useful. Applies rush to 1 to 3 allies, increasing their speed and turn. That sounds useful too. Deals high single target dark damage, consumes all foretell to deal additional damage, and it can break. That could be useful, but I think, well, didn't one of these over here? That one can mark. That one just does rush. This one can break. And this one heal self. Consume all foretell, heal by 5% per foretell. Okay, so that's cool. Let's try all these. We're gonna unlock this one and this one. And then we're gonna do, oh, not you. This one over here. And this one. Those sound all pretty interesting. Bad Omen deals low dark damage to all enemies. Spectral Sweep deals medium single target damage to 2 to 6 enemies. Uses weapons element. Applies 1 foretell. Critical hits. Apply additional foretell. Okay, if we go for a crit build, we could do that. Sealed Fate deals high single target damage. Uses weapons element. Critical hits. Yada yada yada. Searing Bond deals medium single target damage. Applies 5 foretell. Also deals damage and applies foretell to every other burning enemies. We'll try that one. That could be kind of useful. Firing Shadow deals low dark damage to all enemies, 3 hits, consumes 1 foretell per hit for increased damage. Spectral Sweep. I don't know if I want to do that one. I've got 6 points left over. This delaying slash, consume foretell. Dark Wave, high dark damage, heals all allies. I need to go to Grim Harvest. Let's go to that one. Oh, it's 6. That one. I didn't get there. Okay, whatever. And I think I want to change out my party members. Can I do that? I don't know how to do that. Maybe it's this way. I don't know who to take out, though. I kind of want to take out Gustav. Let's take out Gustav. Remove Gustav from the party. We're going all women in our party. That's right. Ladies, table for 3. Here we go. Are you finally through the Gestrel Village? I just finished the Gestrel Village, Juicy. Okay. Change. Does she sound... Okay, she's got footsteps. Can't have that. Gotta have this. All right, I can have all 4 members moving. Like I can switch between all 4 this way. Obviously, we're keeping Loon because she's flying and it's quiet. They don't have to listen to weird footsteps. Okay, there's supposed to be like a back door someplace. Juicy, am I going the right way? What's that? That looks like a guy, right? Isn't that a thing? I don't feel like healing people today. Okay. Guess they will all die then. Yeah, it's no big deal. You're the worst doctor, and why are you so big? I eat a lot of Nevrons. You eat Nevrons? Just kidding. I was born in this terrible sickness that makes my bones grow every day. Suffering inside worlds. Don't tell what I am. Don't tell me. The most horrible thing you've gone through in your life. I go through every... Oh, okay. That guy just wants to come. I don't know who this guy is. Where's my back door they said I had? Is this it? No, probably not.
Oh man.
Rules are simple. You get 1 hit if you deal 9,999 damage, you win a prize. But remember, once you hit me, the battle's over. So make it count. All right, hit me. Nope. But I got an idea. We're gonna go with the Medellum. Start in virtuose stance. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Then we're gonna go. We can do burning mark and staggering. Have like a burning mark and burning shots. I think we're gonna try it with this and see what kind of damage we can do. I'm gonna try this 9,999. What's up, Rorix? Did you see Raw was in chat? Uno Puncho. We can do an item like a energy tint, and that's gonna go on Mael. And Mael is going to aim and hopefully get a mark. To burn? Hoping to get marked. Come on, give me the mark. There we go. He's burning with a mark. And we're going to skip turn.
Attention.
What? What? No, the other person was supposed to go first. Oh. Okay, well, I guess. Well, I need the other person to go before Mael. I need Mael to go last in the group. So if Sael goes next, I need her speed to be cranked up. Oh, she don't have any Pictos equipped. No wonder. We need to change for speed. And that's gonna go 35. Nice. Breaker's gonna go 26. Breaker's already equipped by Gustav. Yes, absolutely. Get it out of Gustav's hand. There we go. She's also got marking shots. Okay, cool. We're gonna go over here. And she's got 15 to work with. I don't know. Burning mark, we could do that too. Attack life steal. It doesn't really matter because she's not gonna attack. Do that. There, that's all of it right there. She's got marking shots and burning mark also. So that's cool. I don't know if she's gonna go faster. I didn't do the math on it. We'll find out. All right, let's do this. Let's see if we can get 9,999. I need him burning and marked, and I need to dump a bunch of points and stuff into Mael. He's not marked or burning. What the hell? Energy tint gonna go to Mael. Okay. You failed, you weakling? Come on, seriously? Okay, so I see what I'm doing wrong here. I can't use anybody but the attacking person to do the mark. Got it. I can do this. I know I can do this. Okay. You're just going to use a big ol' energy tint on Mael. Come on, hit me as hard as you can. No, not yet.
Storm is coming.
All right, and you will also use an energy tint on Mael.
This will hurt.
And you had better. There's Mark. I want him burning though. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think it just needs to be marked. Skills, Hearsay, from Virtuous Stance, one hit. All right, here we go. Oh, you know what? We probably should have used Gustav and we could put Powerful on her. Let's see if this gets anywhere close. If I'm anywhere near 9,000, I'll throw in Gustav in place of Loon and see if we can make this work. 6,300? That actually is pretty close. If I had another 50% on top of that, that'd give me the 9,000. I think that's it. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. So let's, we're gonna take away Loon. We're gonna add Gustav. And then we're gonna go to Gustav, and he needs some Pictos in here. We're gonna go by speed. Burning shots, I guess. I don't know if that's gonna make him faster or not. And empowering is speed. Energizing that. Critical burn has a speed of 8. That. That's all we need. And then he has a skill of doing powerful. Okay, it's already equipped. All right, we should be good. I just hope that Gustav goes before Mael. Rules are simple. Hit him. Got it. Let's go. This is good. And we're gonna put this on. I don't have a small energy tint because I used them all, huh? I don't think it's gonna matter. I didn't realize those got wiped out. That sucks. Skip it. That sucks. We'll see if we can make this happen. Come on, Gustav. Shit, it's her. Gustav is, she's too fast. Okay. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna attack because we screwed it up.
Look out.
All right, I gotta rest so that I get my revive tints or whatever. 7:15, another 15 minutes, and we're gonna start our rating here in just a minute. Where can I go to get this thing popped off? I need a place I can rest. I hope I'm not going the wrong way. Negative, that's not. Where's a flag? Give me a flag. Turn back. Says, I don't remember what's over there. The Gestrel Bazaar. Well, here's the front entrance. I went all the way around the outside the long way. I wish Monguli would call me daddy. He always calls me ho. Rest. There we go. Rested. And then we need to change our stats on Mael to be slower. So we can use the Pictos to get Burning Mark. It doesn't even matter. We don't even need Burning Mark. We need people to be faster. Okay. So if we get rid of Burning Mark. No, I want to. Here. Get rid of this. Oh, what is going on? Clear. Oh, I was hitting the wrong button. No wonder. Health, speed. Okay. That should make her the slowest. We just need to add some things in there that are not speed. She has, what does she have for her Lumas? Burning Mark, burning shots, critical burn, dodger, marking shots. She's got everything, burning shots and critical shots, if we want to do it that way. Okay, so all we need now is the ability for her to just do high damage. Daggering attack, increased break damage, to base attack damage, healing tints, dodger, gain powerful for 1 turn on base attack. That's not going to help me here. 5% increased critical chance. Ooh, critical chance on burning enemies. It's going to give me 8 speed, but we can swap it out with Gustav. And we'll give Gustav something faster to make up the difference. That way we can make sure Gustav's still going faster. After a free aim hit, base attack damage. Nope. Doesn't matter. Base attack applies defense. Nope. 1 AP on jump counter attack. Power 15. So it really doesn't matter what we use in here, as long as it's not anything with speed. All right, we're gonna go to Gustav, and Gustav needs something that's gonna do speed stuff, fast as fast can be. He's gonna use this one. There we go. That's gonna make him even faster, so we should be good. Gustav's speed is now 356. Hers is 324, so Gustav should go first. And this one, she's 441. She's lightning fast. Okay, we're good. Okay, I've got a plan. We're gonna implement the plan, and it's gonna work. We hope. Stay out of the bazaar. I don't think it was the bazaar one. Maybe it was over this way? Still simping for run 7. I think it was right over here, wasn't it? All right, here we go. All right, we got a plan. Let's implement the plan and make it work. We're gonna use Sael to put a bunch of energy on Mael. There we go. We're gonna use Gustav to power up Mael by using one of his skills, and it's gonna be powerful. And we're gonna select Mael just in case we miss this. Got her powered up. She's in virtuous stance. We're gonna have to shoot him until he's marked. Come on, mark him! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Now we get the mark and we can't do anything about it. Unbelievable. 1 AP off. 1 AP off. Dang it. All right, we can do it again. We can do it again. We've got more tints. We don't have to go do anything. We just need him to get marked on that first one, and then we should be able to do this. All right, one more time. Small energy tint. Going over to Mael. Gustav is going to use his ability to power up Mael. Perfect, perfect.
Spill some ink.
We gotta mark this guy. There it is. Let's do this. Into Pierce. 9,999. That's right, Puncho. Eat it. Yeah. Look at that. It was worth it. That's a great way to finish. All right. Max that out. What I win? What I win? Here for my personal collection. New outfit. What? Whose outfit? Whose outfit did we get? Not her. Not her. Not Gustav. It's for Mael. Oh my god. She looks like a clown. Oh my god. Well, let's give her the haircut to match then if she's gonna look like a clown. Give her that short hair. I can't stand that short hair. Some of these haircuts really bother me. Like Gustav's haircut. Look at that guy. I mean, he just looks terrible. Now her hair with the glasses, that's rocking. And then we got base haircut here. Can't do anything about that. All right. That's it. What do you say we get on over to the movie stuff? You want movie stuff? You want to do that? I think I do this. Quit. Confirm. There we go. All right, let's go find Dan and the gang. Dan, you want to like, go Voltron on this one? Since I'm already live streaming, why don't you go live, Dan, and we'll link up and do this together here.
Are you now?
I'm a little more peppy than that. There we go. And I need to update the stream title. I need to update the stream title. I just need to change it on Twitch, huh? We're gonna be just chatting. Just chatting. We're done. That's good. I'm rocking a dark brown and caramel highlights. I get busy from time to time and can't keep up, so I grow. So the grow out isn't noticeable this way. Talking about hair color. Talking about hair color. I'd rather watch Dan play Ants than watch the Home Alone straight to the dumpsters. Dude, we're gonna bring Home Alone from top of the charts right down there under Highlander where it belongs. I'm telling you, my goal is to make Highlander the second worst movie franchise on the list. Good luck discussing these dumpster fire movies. Justice for Highlander. Man, that Flex Fit hat. Oh my God, this thing is so comfortable. Look at this, I get a backwards white cap now. That's fantastic. I don't get to wear backwards hats very often because I don't have many Flex Fits hats. And I hate the ball caps, the snapbacks. I don't like wearing snapbacks backwards. I think they're terrible. The first Highlander wasn't terrible, Giga. You're right. The first Highlander is not, and that's fine. If you look at the individual ratings on those, you'll see that the first Highlander movie scored really high. It's the rest of the franchise that is so absolutely terrible. I'll badmouth anyone I'll ban anyone who badmouths Snatch. Snatch is one of Dan's favorite movies. I like Snatch, it's fine. I like what's his name talking as the Pikey. The Pikey? Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Dan, I'm waiting for you to go live so we can link up. Is Dan even gonna link up? Here we go, R rating. Let's get live, Dan. Waiting to link up our chats. And honestly, if people are down, I wouldn't mind staying up and playing some headliners. I could do that. I could do that if that's in the cards. If not, I'm good with going in and watching more Mobland. I started watching Mobland. That's pretty good. I could do that too. Pikey is a racist term in the UK? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's, to my knowledge, it's not a racist term in America, so I still get to say it. Just like people in the UK get to say the C word in public all the time, it's not a big deal. The coalition is up and running, yes. Is that where we're voicing our voices from? Dingo's in the coalition now. Dingo just joined the coalition. Cleaning agent, is that the C word? That big Run 7 head, that's right, you know it. You know it, R rating. I'm here, says Dan. Go live. Let's see, I think I need to I can do something like this. Hold on. Go here. I'm gonna bring this down here, and I'm gonna go, bookmarks? History? Bookmarks. I knocked, accept it, he says. Okay, Monguli, accept, there we go. Let's start my virtue cam. Hold on.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Are
Dan?
you not too much, buddy? How you doing?
Good.
Are you jumping in to this? Are you staying live on your own channel? Like, what are you doing?
Well, I was already live, so I figured I'd just stay live because I got like 17, 18 people in chat. Plus,
Cool. Okay.
Plus some more over on YouTube. So I just figured I'd stay live and just link up and we'd share the chat. You want to do that? Or
You're still. No, that works for me. That you're still gonna jump in restream.
Yeah, I'll jump in restream and then I'll just change my background so it shows what's on restream.
Gotcha. Cool. Sounds good. And then I always forget. How do we actually link chats?
Oh, look at that Inception. Woo! And then do you have the stream running? Should I click join stream?
Yeah, I'm live right now. 7's there.
That
and
left monitor, which should help.
Run 7's there.
And what do you want me to mute? Do you want me to mute the restream, or do you want me to mute through the Twitch?
No. Here, I'm gonna mute. I muted you on Twitch.
You
so
muted
you
me
have to
on
do anything
Twitch.
on Restream.
Okay. You sound good. You sound like you're coming through on one mic, so I'm just gonna leave you.
Perfect. Cool.
Okay. And then I need to figure out how to get my fat head out of this window. I think it's this one. There we go. All right, that's the two of us on one window, except I'm still, oh, that's my, never mind, I can fix that. Hold on, we're getting there. We're gonna get there. Oh, hold on, I gotta do this. Studio mode.
No word from Cleaning Agent just yet.
Oh, and this is Home Alone too. I don't really have a background for Home Alone, so.
That's fine, nobody cares. I'm not gonna edit this one all that heavily, let's be honest.
I think what I'm gonna do is leave the thing background on here because
it's a horror. It's fine.
Yeah.
They're gonna be jumping you, scaring you the whole episode, aren't they?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill my music here because my music is cranked up way loud. All right, we killed the music. All right, for those of you joining me on my stream, you can also open up Dan's stream and see maybe the same thing, maybe even a little bit better window than what I have here. I guess I could like change the aspect of this a little bit, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, so we're just gonna, this is our rating. We normally do this just on Dan's stream and we join together through Restream. But since I was already streaming live, we're gonna join the chats and do it here. And we're gonna talk about the rest of Home Alone. And when Will joins us, then we'll probably jump into that. For the time being, we'll probably just chill for a bit, talk about other stuff.
For sure.
Dan, what have you been playing as far as video games so far?
Oh, wow. It's nothing all that interesting recently. You know, that's not true. I've been playing a game called In Sound Mind on Mondays, and it's been really cool. You ever checked this one out?
No, I never even heard of it.
It was recommended to me from Hiding from Real Life, and it's, I don't know if I would say that it's a scary game, although it's definitely got creepy elements to it. But like, you are I believe you're the game is still unraveling, so I'm still kind of figuring it out. But I think you are a therapist in like a post-apocalyptic world. You're walking through your apartment building, which is ever changing. There are like spirits and such around, and you find tapes from your old patients, and you have to go and like try and help them, I think, get to the afterlife, if I'm reading the room properly. It's a really weird little game, but it does have a couple of jump scare moments. It's got some really interesting little puzzles so far, and it's kind of cool. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like action packed by any stretch, but it's fun.
Sounds like a winner to me.
And then, yeah. And then I've got Doom: The Dark Ages downloading on my Xbox right now, free with Game Pass. So probably be checking that out tomorrow.
I want to get that.
It looks really fun. How is Expedition 33? I heard really good things, and then I saw that it was a turn-based game, and that mildly turned me off. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, as for turn-based, I love that it's turn-based because it gives me a moment to talk with chat, plan my attack, talk about what's happening on the screen. I get to interact with people as I'm playing the game and talk about stuff that's going on. And so that's really cool. But you do have to be paying attention during the match because when it's the enemy's turn, you're either going to have to jump and then counterattack, which is 2 separate button presses, or you're going to have to parry, or you're going to have to dodge. And so you're definitely engaged in the battle in real time, but you also get to stop when it's your turn and think about what you want to do. So that's really cool. Lots and lots of strategy, lots and lots of build strategy for your characters and how you want to go into a character, like what they're weak against. Like, think Final Fantasy VII on crack. This game is souped up and really fun. And I honestly, I'm so blown away. It was a small team of like 30 people that built this. It's got indie style development with inspiration from everything you love and remember growing up from video games. It inspires this thing. It's really good. And the story is phenomenal. It like right from the jump, it draws you in and you are engaged and interested in these characters and you care about them. Even the characters you don't like, you still like, they feel real. So I'm astounded by this game. I think it's a contender for Game of the Year.
I've been hearing a lot of that. I've been hearing a lot of really good things. And the comparison I heard was Dark Souls meets Final Fantasy. Like, it's got that really intense combat, but it's still turn-based like the old Final Fantasy games were.
That's a good way to put it. And I mean, it is like, I'm playing it on normal mode. It is very hard to time the attacks and counterattacks. It is incredibly hard. But when you do it, it feels so rewarding. You just jump out of your seat when you get it right. And it's such a powerful maneuver to pull off. So, it's really good. I can't stop talking about it. Right now it's my favorite game. So
nice.
I'm loving it.
Are you still playing that Backpack Bait game?
Yes, Backpack Brawl on my mobile. I'm still playing that. It's just my poop and play kind of game.
Yeah.
For wasting time. I'll probably be with that for quite a while. It's kind of a hero collector, and I'm doing a lot of unlocking of the different skills and characters and stuff like that. I've got like 5 or 6 characters unlocked now. So that's fun. And then of course I'm playing The Thing Remastered. I haven't gotten very far into that. It's not super scary. It's too old to really be scary, but with HUD effects, the chat's making me jump enough without it. It's fine.
That was kind of my interpretation when I played Amnesia. I just went through the Dark Descent. I had heard really good things, and it was a fun enough game, but like the game itself had like 1 or 2 tense moments, nothing scary, but like the tense moments when the audience timed it properly, the HUD effects made me shit myself.
Oh yeah.
But that was the audience, not the game itself.
So I played Amnesia the Bunker and very much enjoyed that. It scared me a lot of times. It was very creepy. It was one of the scarier games I've played. However, when you start getting to the end of the game, the mechanics get so frustrating. It was not even fun. I finished the game off air because I was so
just frustrated. Yeah,
I was so frustrated, not having a good time, and I just wanted to be done with it, but I was right there at the end. And so I finally just pushed through, not on live, and I was so glad to be done with it. But up until the end, super good, super scary game.
Nice. That's cool. I haven't played the Backpack game in a little bit now because I've kind of gotten back into Magic the Gathering, and of course that's on your PC but also on your cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of become my bathroom / late night game. And
now,
I've been.
Do
really
they have the
that.
Planeswalker cards in Magic the Gathering that you're playing? Okay.
Yep.
When they introduced the Planeswalker cards to Magic the Gathering, I quit playing. I didn't like it. To me, it felt like you were either the first person to get to a Planeswalker card or you lost. That's how it felt to me.
Oh.
I just didn't enjoy it. It was like,
I don't know when you played or which Planeswalkers those were. That is not the feeling I get most of the time now. Like,
it was when they first
don't get me
came
wrong,
in.
they can still be powerful, but they are not like instant win powerful.
Oh,
usually.
it was like if somebody got to it and you didn't get to yours within like 2 more turns, they just snowballed and beat you, and it was pointless. So
gotcha.
And so I stopped playing Magic the Gathering back then. But I hear that it's a whole new game now. So I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's changed drastically. Even since I stopped playing, it feels like it's changed drastically. Daddy, I've only been playing Arena recently. I still have a bunch of my cardboard stuff. I don't have a gaming group to play with live, which is the problem. Which is kind of why I got out of it in the first place. It's very much a social game for me. And so not having that social aspect kind of killed it for me. However, I was streaming it the other day, and so having an audience while playing it was fun. Did the audience have fun? Who knows? But I did. The audience might have just been there talking shit.
Hey, Rorik,
the audience is told to do.
There's a new Rorik in town, and he's Sugar Daddy Rorik is what we're going to be calling him. Rorik
Oh, no.
came by, and that's the reason I bring it up is because I thought it was you, Daddy Rorix. I thought it was you at first because his name was Rorik MSF, and I thought you just changed your name or something. And then he dropped like $1,000 on our headliner game, screwing with us, and I was like, I don't think that's Daddy Rorix. So yeah, it was an exciting
weird
time.
night. I deleted the Bongo Cat for now. If we ever play Headliners, I might put it back on, but I don't want to just like get a stream hijacked randomly while we're trying to do other things.
I think if you for a full, what was that, 54-second long interruption of your stream, you need to make that thing like $20. Like it needs to really be expensive for people to use that.
Like I think the first night Dadpool had it for like $1 or something. I'm like, he's
$1.50.
taking over your stream for a minute. Like, no.
When
so I put it up to like $5, and he still took over my stream for like half an hour. But I'm like, whatever. At least I'm getting paid. Like, sure, this sucks. But what?
When I walked out of Dadpool's stream, Rorik had listed 20 editions of Bongo Cat in a row in chat, and I was like, wow, that's gonna be playing all night. Like there's no stream left. It's just Bongo Cat for 2 hours.
Well, and that's kind of it. Like it's funny as an interruption randomly and be like, oh, I lost stream. And it's like, okay, for a minute, that's amusing. But like Dadpool was out of commission for 2 hours. And it's just like, at that point, what do you even do? Like he was a good sport about it. And don't get me wrong, like he paid some bills.
Yeah.
But like, what do you like? You're not playing the game, you're not doing anything, you're not interacting, like you're just like
you listen to us play the game and that's it. Like we were walking him to the helicopter to get out and stuff, and that was all he could do. It was kind of funny.
It was kind of funny, but it wasn't like let's do this every time. Like it was
that's why I say you got to make that thing like $20 so people don't pop it off.
So I saw that Wapo created one that's like 3 minutes long.
Oof.
And I was like,
a 10 second
that would be
one,
like $25-$40 to me. And if you want to do it, go to fucking town. But like, you know what? Like nobody's gonna do that often. And if you are, cool, thanks. But I don't know. And then the other thing is with that, I would feel bad because they'd probably do it when I forgot to have HUD effects turned on or something. And it just gave me $40 for no reason. You're like, ugh.
Have you heard from Cleaning Agent? Where's he at?
I have not. He's usually, I mean, no offense, he's usually here before you are.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, he's Johnny on the spot most of the time, but I haven't seen him come into Discord or anything. By the way, I don't know if you heard, I'm seriously considering deleting my Discord channel and just using the Coalition.
That was the point.
Yeah, that
was the point.
Well, I mean, I'm just not using my Discord for anything. And if the Coalition's going to be there and other people are going to take care of it for me, that's one less thing I have to deal with. And I can just direct everybody. I'll just switch the link in my little thing in chat. So whenever you do !Discord, it just sends them to the Coalition Discord instead.
Yeah. Now, okay, cool. And it did work. I went live and it did pop up on my videos. So that's one of the things I haven't gone full in on because I wanted to get some feedback before I like kept going. Like, hey, is this looking good? Is this what you guys want?
Oh, it's looking real good. It's fully flushed
nobody's
out.
responding, and I'm just like, well, Miss Hillary's responding.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. And it's just like,
well, that's because Mrs. Hillary is way nicer than all the rest of us dicks. So
apparently, but like even if your comments are like, I don't like X or Y, like cool, we can work on that.
I honestly haven't had much time to go through it, but I literally just like swiped through the Discord and went, yeah, it looks like it's got all the stuff you need. And then it was
looks like a Discord.
Looks like a Discord. There we go. The only thing I was thinking of is if you're going to make a section for every content creator that comes in there, you need to have a roles page where someone can go there for the content creator they're looking for, click that role, and it'll just give them that content creator. But they can find anybody else also if they want, like some sort of navigation page where the Discord isn't 75 different content creators in there, because that might be a little bit long. I don't know.
Do you mean this page right here where you click and it says roles and then it's got all the different pictures for all the different people who have sent me their emblems and you can just click on it and it gives you the role right away?
Yeah, something like that would probably be pretty cool.
Okay. Just checking it out.
Apparently, like when I went in, I saw everybody's section in the Discord, and I never clicked a role or anything, obviously, because I didn't know that was even there. So I was just like, is everybody coming in here and seeing every single content creator that's part of this? Because that could be, hopefully will be a lot of content creators, you know?
So ideally, as far as I know, there's no way to not see one, unless I guess maybe if you like block that person individually. But even then, I don't know that you would be able to not see their section. However, you can mute an entire category. So if you're just like, man, I fucking hate Mongoolie, but I really want to be in Run 7's Discord, you can mute my category and none of my notifications will pop up for you.
Okay, I'm doing that
Also,
now.
thank you. I want to make sure that the streamers aren't using @everyone and instead use @your_name. And then everybody who has clicked your name will be able to get your notifications. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like you are a role and anybody who wants to get notifications from you clicks you in there and then they get that. For people who have no idea what we're talking about, I'm sure you've probably pieced it together at this point. I'm trying to build a community Discord as opposed to being in 19 small little Discords. Each one has like a tiny community and each one's essentially dead. I want to build a community page with a bunch of different streamers, get a bunch of people in there and actually have a community Discord page that is actually used. That's the goal. So as of right now, I'm building this thing. I don't even know if it's going to be called the Coalition. That was just the first name that came to me and I kind of like it.
It works.
We've got Bubba Hotep, Dadpool Games, myself, Miss Hillary, OG Diamond Dave, Run 7, and Row of Gilead in there currently. And I'm just making sure that it's fine-tuned and finished before we start actually mass inviting everybody. Cleaning Agent has been invited, but he's been moving and busy, so I haven't heard anything back from him.
Maybe why he's not showing up right now.
It could also be that he started watching these movies and just decided suicide was a better option. So
I thought
this could be the last episode, right? Did you? Okay, now that's a question I was going to save. Did you rewatch these movies, or have you seen these movies enough that you're just like, F it?
No, I went and rewatched all of them. And it was, now I'm not going to say that I sat there with my notepad and was dialed in. No, I was playing games on my phone while I sat next to my kid watching it, just so I could refresh my memory. I did look up and pay attention to a few things so I could be like, what, how's the acting in this? Oh yeah, that's right, there isn't any. And so, you know, I could get a basic idea. And for the most part, I'm going to be ranking these 3, 4 Holiday Heist and Home Sweet Home Alone in order of how bad they are to how much more bad they are, as opposed to really just giving you a total grade. I mean, I'm going to grade them all, but it's going to be pretty basic.
Well, that, like, I was going through these, and okay, so I was watching these on my second monitor while playing a video game, with the exception of one. I watched one with my daughter, and the other 3 I just back to back while playing Magic, because I was just like, there's no way I'm just going to sit here and watch these by myself.
Right.
I don't know how to score these. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I almost want to give it like a pass fail and move on, and I'm just like, we'll discuss that when Will gets here, but like,
kinda.
There's like, I'm not going to go in depth and be like, wow, the acting in this was really good, and the sound effects. Did you hear this? Like, it's like, I don't. They were shit. They were all shit. Like, can we just move on? I don't know. I also, there's things I want to discuss, but I'll wait for Will. So
if Will ever gets here, I'm kind of concerned. He's normally here like 7:30 or even earlier, and he's not responding in chat. He's probably moving or something. Is all. You know what's cool? Because are we sharing chats in Twitch?
Yeah, I can see your chat.
Oh, okay, good. It's cool. It's cool that it's not doubling it up in Restream. So I like that. That's cool.
Oh, good point.
I was worried it would send one from mine and one from yours into Restream, but it's not. That's good.
Okay.
Currently cowering in a corner with holy water and a crucifix because his home is haunted. Is there a story behind that, or are you just making stuff up on the fly, Hotep? He's probably in a drive-through somewhere.
Hotep's almost definitely making stuff up. Running late, need 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. We can spitball for 10 minutes.
Have 8.
He types back, I quit. Don't push me, I quit.
I was half expecting him to do that after the first movie.
Yeah.
Like after the first Home Alone, not like after the first actual movie. Can you realize his home was haunted? He's probably in a drive-through somewhere. Shortest R-rating episode ever. It's trash. Yeah, this is just gonna be the critic from Simpsons. Like, it stinks. It stinks. It actually, that's a good clip. I'm gonna take that.
Let's see. Okay. Home Alone 3 was what was Home Alone 3?
Home Alone 3 is the only one that actually went to theaters. It's the one that's taking itself super seriously with the Navy chip.
With the Navy chip. Okay.
The little
All right,
boy with the
yeah.
race car and the Navy. Yeah.
All
yeah.
right, with the race car. Okay. And then Home Alone 4 was where they get back to it's
Home
Kevin
Alone 4
it's
is
Kevin
non-
McAllister, but it's
Yeah,
not
no, but yeah.
Kevin like it's a different character and everything.
It's like Kevin McAllister hit his head or something and having a fever dream.
Yeah. Yeah, these are not I'm going through them in my head and they're not getting scored.
So there's so many things I want to say.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Holiday Heist was not. Yeah, I'm fixing.
I like how you said like you're surprised.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that one was not good. Oh wait, that was not good. It's like, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
No, Hotep, no, not yet. I would love actual feedback and talk to people. And we'll do it soon, I'm sure, but not yet. The only person I brought in so far was Dingo, who's a good friend of mine. Just honestly, just to poke around and make sure that he had no permissions at first. And I just wanted him to go around and poke around and be like, can I change things I'm not supposed to be or do anything that I'm not supposed to be able to do as a quote unquote regular person. But other than that, no, it's still just us for now. Do not name yourself the Coalition. It's a Microsoft studio that's copyrighted.
I don't think it's going to.
I can't imagine they would give a shit, but
yeah.
Implying you are
12 streamers are causing us problems. We're going to sue them all, and all of us collectively couldn't afford the lawsuit in any way, shape, or form. And it would.
I did think of that, to be sure, because the other thing was like the Coalition of Gamers were like, oh, like a cog. I'm like, wait a second, that is literally Gears of War. That's going to be an issue.
Yeah,
but I'm not opposed to changing the name. Like that wasn't like hard and fast. This has to be it. It was just we'll see.
So if you're wondering right now, I'm doing the math on all my scores. I literally scored every of the 4 movies, and I'm adding them up now instead of doing it while we're actually talking about them.
Dingo was trying to see if he'd crash the system. I mean, if you want to make any merch, I don't necessarily plan on making merch for a Discord site. We'll see what happens.
Now, this is just an ease of convenience where everybody, instead of going like, well, whose server do you want to be in when we do the streaming together? We'll just be in our server.
Exactly.
We'll just go to
like especially
server.
something like Headliners. We're all in the same server.
Yeah. Well,
It's
hey,
right
we're
there.
in the Headliners voice channel. Like that's it. We're all there.
Best case scenario, this replaces my Discord. Worst case scenario, it's just an easy place for us to all meet.
Yeah.
I'm open to suggestions, Dingo, if you got an idea other than just not that one. The League. I don't hate the League. League of Extraordinary Gamers. There's no way that's not taken.
I like the Coalition. Why can't we use that?
There's no reason we can't. I'm just saying options. I like options. Everyone in my chat responded well to the concept. They found it a good way to streamline the 7,000 servers people on. That's exactly it, Hotep. That's the thing that bothers me is I've got so many Discord groups that I'm a part of, and like 99% of them are just dead. Like almost all of them. The only time I get a ding is when it's like this person went live. I'm like, okay. I'm either going to watch them or I'm not. I don't know if that helped.
The only reason I'm in as many servers is because every once in a while somebody's like, hey, we're hanging out, come meet me in my server. I don't want to have that embarrassing thing where I say, hey, can you send me the link to your server because I deleted it a long time ago because your server sucks, right? Because I have no interest in your server or whatever.
Happened to me live
so
on air once.
If somebody sends me an invite, I jump into it, I stay in it, I just let the red dots collect, I don't even care.
Yeah, no, 100%. Somebody called me out on air. I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. How'd you find out about that? Like, oh, it's on my Discord. Are you in my Discord? I'm like,
No.
Yes. As long as there's no follow-up questions and you send me a link, yes, I am.
yeah. All right, I got the math done on my scores. I'm ready to go. Hey, look, I've got.
How scientific was your math versus just throwing numbers at a wall?
I mean, yeah, it's. There's a negative number in my scores. So, not very scientific.
Like the movie total?
No. In one of the categories, I put a -5 for fun. I hated it that much.
Okay, so Will, get here. I want to talk. There's so many things I want to discuss with you, but it's like, no, that should be part of the episode. We should wait.
So what have you been? So we got to stay off the topic of Home Alone. What have you been watching, movies and TV wise, this last week or two?
Okay, so that's a good point, because last week we were going to get together and talk about movies, and I wanted to make sure I had some stuff ready for that. Instead. Which is a great time, don't get me wrong. So I actually watched a movie from my childhood that I'm not convinced I ever sat through all the way through, because I don't think I was allowed to watch it when I was a kid. And so it has always had this place in my brain as like that's dark and mysterious, and I have to watch that at some point. Finally watched it with my kids. And it did, I mean, probably because they built it up too much, but it was just the most boring. Like, my kids left the room and I was like, this sucks.
What was it?
Have you ever seen The Secret of NIMH?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, in my brain, I built it up to be this like dark and mysterious movie with like killer rats and stuff like that. And it's like, no, it's just a shitty Fern Gully. Like, okay.
Yeah. It's like, I remember being a kid and thinking it was pretty cool and watching it a couple of times. But I know now that it's very, very slow. It's like going back to like Five Old Goes West or something. It's not nearly as exciting or interesting as you think.
Can we get Way Too Raw an invite? Is that a legitimate?
Well, she doesn't have her stream set up anymore. She deconstructed her whole stream setup over on the other side of the studio, but she can come sit here.
Oh, really?
She can come sit on my lap and share my mic if we want to have her come in. I mean, she's sat and watched these movies too.
I mean,
yeah, I know she's kidding.
I'm not going to take that offer away from you. By all means, you guys do you. Just don't make me have to turn your camera off. Or, never mind. Stop. She hates Mongolian. No, we've talked behind the scenes.
No, she doesn't.
We've never actually talked live, but we've talked behind the scenes.
She is Dan messages her when I'm late for our rating, and she reminds me to come in there. And like she'll be like, "Hey, don't you have the movie thing tonight?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I do!" And I run out here. Like, she keeps me in line for this.
I don't know her real name, so I'll just be like, Raw, can Brian come out to play? I'd reached out to her back when you quit MSF. Do you remember I did that like little tribute and I had the Sarah McLachlan music playing?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I tried to get her to make a little clip of that just to send me in something and be like, oh my God, I actually get to see him now? Like, this will be great. And she's like, that's amazing. I'd love to do that. But Brian's my tech guy. I don't know how to do it. I'm like, oh, it's so close. What's up, Lone? How you doing?
So I started watching Mobland. I'm one episode into it. I'm really enjoying Tom Hardy's character in that. I don't like Pierce Brosnan's character in it. He's kind of weird, and it's a very unrealistic character for me. He seems way too stupid to be the head of the mob, and so that bothers me. But it's okay. It's something to watch right now. And then, of course, I watched The Last of Us. And no spoilers, but I did watch the latest episode. I believe is episode 5 or maybe 6. It's the latest one out. And it was graphically violent and dark and gory. And it seemed unnecessarily gory. Okay. And then they had this plot mechanic, and you've used the term before. My wife hates it when I say this, but Deus Ex Machina, when something comes in completely out of left field to save the day and move the plot along. It seemed like the laziest writing ever. I was very disappointed in the episode. And going from episode 2 being one of the best things I think has been on TV in a long time to this episode 5 or 6, whatever it is, I was like, wow, that's how drastically like it felt like completely different writers.
I haven't seen the newest episode, but other than that, I'm caught up on the other, I'm going to say 4 of them.
I mean, it's action-packed, but it's dark and gory, and there's some stuff that you're just like, seriously, that's how you solve that problem?
Okay. So I've been watching it with my kids, and like there have been a couple of scenes where they've turned away, but there haven't been like whole episodes where they've had to yet. So
we'll
see how that one does.
You may not want to let your kids watch this one. It really goes dark.
Okay, that's too unfortunate.
Yeah.
Now I have played the game, so I'm curious if while I'm watching it, I'd be like, "Oh, this scene." Okay, nothing steps out in my brain and being like, "Okay, he's talking about this." Yeah, I've only played it once, and it was when it first came out, so it's been a while. So I'm curious, but I think tomorrow night we were planning on watching that one, so I'll give that a watch and let you know. There's something else I watched though. I had two. Wow! I watched a movie called Havoc on Netflix. It's a
Ooh,
Tom
I watched
Hardy
Havoc
movie.
too. Yeah, I watched that.
What'd you think?
I mean, if you're into movies like The Transporter, those high octane, high body count, just shoot 'em up, go crazy, then it was really cool. But it was also incredibly stupid, right? You turn your brain off and watch this. But I had fun watching it.
You have to
Yeah.
turn your brain off to watch this. So much of like this was just high octane nonsense. None of it makes a freaking lick of sense. Like the opening scene, I was like, okay, it's Tom Hardy. This is gonna be kind of interesting. And the opening scene has a cop using an Uzi to try and take out a moving vehicle. I'm like,
yeah,
okay. The guy in the hospital, the assassin in the hospital, I'm gonna say. I'm not a gun person, but that is a fucking 9mm in his hand, and it is shooting like an Uzi. Like he lets go like 100 bullets in 2 seconds, and I'm like, I rewound it to be like, did I miss something? No, that's a 9mm pistol. He's like, I'm like, that's not how that. Okay, all right, that's the movie we're watching.
A modification. I don't know. Yeah, everything was just like it was one of those where they never reload. Everything's full auto. The good guys hit every target. The bad guys miss everything. Bullets spraying everywhere. Super high body count. Action packed from start to finish. But it was, I mean, it entertained you. But yeah, you definitely turn your brain off for it.
I was watching it because Tom Hardy was in it, so I was 99% sure you would watch it. And I was like, I want to have something to discuss with Run. I would have turned this movie off in about 8 minutes otherwise. I was just like, this is not what I want to be watching.
Yeah, my father told me to watch it. He likes that kind of just high octane stuff. And so I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And I got like 15 minutes into it. And I'm like, I am only watching this because my father finished it. And I want something to talk about with him. Tom Hardy does a good job in his character and everything, but just the body count alone is just so absurd.
Yeah, the cabin scene at the end was so ridiculous. Like, I don't think a single hero got touched. Like, not even a flesh wound.
Nope.
And they're just like, bam, 3 guys dead. That was 1 bullet. What the fuck? Like, all right, sure, this is the movie we're watching.
And people are just using like pump action shotguns, just going blam, 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 blam. And it's pump action. They don't shoot that fast, but they are, and they're just like hosing people down. Yeah, it was ridiculous. But I still like when you see those movies and you see like the opening sequence, you're like, okay, it's one of these. And you make the decision, am I going to sit through it and enjoy it, or I'm going to turn it off or find something else? You know, and I'm like, I'm going to sit through it and enjoy it. And so I did for what it was.
So there's two things I've been wanting to watch that I had we not been looking for something to discuss and had me not thinking Run's going to watch this, I definitely would have turned it off and watched one of these. Excuse me. The Castlevania TV show I've been going through after having played Castlevania Symphony of the Night fairly recently. And I've been really enjoying that one, and I kind of want to keep going and finish that. And there's a movie that I'm nervous to watch right now simply because we just got done 6 Jurassic Park movies kind of in a row. But the Adam Driver movie 65, I know it's not going to be good. I am not expecting it to be good, but it looks like a fun kind of bad.
Really? Hold on.
65? I think it's just called 65. It might be 65 million, but I think it's just called 65.
I think it's 64.
And it is just...
Is it 65? It is 65. I thought it was 64.
I think it's 65. It's just the first one, Trevor, I believe it is.
Yeah.
65 is Adam Driver in a spaceship, lands on a planet, and there's dinosaurs.
Right.
I am expecting fucking nothing from this.
Have you seen it?
You see dinosaurs and sci-fi? Okay, you got my attention.
So you haven't seen it yet?
I have not. No.
Okay. I think you're on par.
I expect nothing.
I think
I'm expecting it to be bad.
Okay. I remember watching it, and much like Havoc, in the first 15 minutes, I went, "Oh, it's like this, okay," and I just let myself enjoy it for what it was. It's kind of like Jurassic Park, but with space guns. So Yeah.
Well, and that's like, I don't know. I don't know why it stuck out to me, because even watching the trailer in theaters, I remember being like, this looks kind of fun. Oh, and then like my brain went like, oh, I wonder if they went back in time by accident and this is Earth. That'd actually be kind of a cool twist. And then I think they basically say that in the trailer. And I remember being like, well, that was dumb. Why did you tell me that in the trailer? Like, that would have been a cool whatever.
Yeah.
And yet
Yeah, there
still
was
2 years later, I'm
reveal.
like,
There's
I kinda
no
wanna
big
see it.
twist or anything. And I was kind of hoping, well, they revealed stuff in the trailer. I wonder if there's something they're saving for us. No, don't get your hopes up for anything that cool. What's up, Walt Millsy? I haven't seen you in a minute.
We have an agent of the clean.
Oh, there we go. Look at that ice
hello.
sculpture behind him and everything. Wow, that's looking fancy.
Oh yeah, that is some Home Alone 4 nonsense right there.
Yeah.
I don't even know which one that is.
You did what I did, didn't you? You watched them all back to back and they just blend together.
I watched 3 of them today.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Oof, that's brutal. Yeah, I
Is
spread them
that-
out.
is
I
that
was
what
doing
you were
every
like- you were
other
like
day. I was
in the
watching
hospital?
one.
Yeah, I'm just still moving and things. I fell asleep in 2 of the movies. It was bad. It was a lot. It was a lot to do in one go. So
Hey, Clean, we
go a
got
little
Way Too
small
Raw
there.
is in chat today watching and
Too
listening.
Raw.
Yeah, or she was a little
As I-
while ago. I don't know if she's still in there or not.
as I live and breathe, way too raw spotting, hey?
Yeah, she doesn't come around to Twitch much anymore. I'm trying to get her to come sit into a Headliners game. She'll probably just sit in my chair and play for a little bit, but I'm trying to get her to play Headliners. I think
That'd be
she'd
fun.
like that. Oh, there she is. So, Will, what have you had any time to watch anything other than Home Alone?
Fern Gully?
Nice. Okay.
I've seen it before, but it's quality.
I mean, it's the source material for so many acclaimed films. I'm not going to say they're
That's
good.
true.
They're
Yeah,
not good.
fair
But
enough, fair
everybody
enough.
else says they're good. Like it's the source material they all stole from.
Super funny. Yeah, no, I haven't seen a whole lot, unfortunately.
How's the move going?
Well, we're officially out of the other house. Cleaning agent strikes again. Got my damage deposit back immediately. Immediately.
Ooh,
He
wow, a good
Wow.
tenant. Props to you.
Yeah. I never trust professional cleaners. I'm the professional cleaner here, okay?
As
Well,
as a previous landlord,
Keeping it clean for the past year.
I very much appreciate you being a tenant that takes care of their property. You are a rare breed, my friend, a rare breed indeed.
Yeah, it feels like that. It feels like that for sure. It helps that I've owned my own home before, so it's like
Right.
I have an understanding of what home ownership is, right?
Yeah, that makes a huge difference there.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see.
Why? Okay, chat seems to think that your new house is haunted, that you're afraid of ghosts or something.
So yeah, so the first time when we moved to Halifax, our house, we had a raccoon issue, so that was the raccoon house. And then last year we moved into the house and it had a mouse problem, so we called that the mouse house. So now people are thinking, what's going to happen at this house? And so people are taking bets on ghost house this time. We'll see. We'll see.
Tell us if there's any haunted sightings, and I'm curious to see how it goes.
That reminds me of Home
Now,
Alone
is it actually
3,
ghosts or
5?
is it 3 robbers trying to break into your basement to steal a painting?
Yeah. It reminds me of Home Alone 5, I think.
Yeah, Holiday Heist.
Yeah, Holiday Heist.
Oh,
They're ghosts.
my
They're
goodness.
ghosts.
cannot.
Should we?
Anyway, my
God.
apologies for being late.
Should we get the?
No, it's
the-
only 9:05. You're fine.
Yeah,
I'm this late half the time.
We're doing good. Yeah, I'm this late all the time. Should we get the
Yeah,
curtain
that's true.
set up and jump into this since we have 4 movies to cover here?
So
Yeah.
here's my question to you now that we're all here.
Oh, boy.
Two
You
of
wanna
these
do- You want
movies-
to do them one at a time, don't you? Just
Well, like I do, but I want to do them one at a time for like 10 minutes each. Like I don't want to spend like an
I
episode.
wanted 4 full episodes of Home
No,
Alone.
F that. I don't want to edit this one at all. Like this one might just come out fucking raw. Like this just will be on YouTube tomorrow.
Okay.
No, what I'm thinking, my thought process is every movie we've done up until this point has either been a theatrical release or at very least a Netflix release. If we do this, we're breaking that and we're doing TV releases, and that could open the door to some very terrible shit. I want to discuss all 4 because we've technically watched all 4 and I don't want that to be wasted. But as far as the actual rating goes, do we keep the actual rating just to the theatrical and Netflix released movies?
No.
I know you want to tank the series, and don't get me wrong, it's going to get tanked regardless.
I'm
just worried that I'm going to have to watch like 19 Tremors movies and more Highlander than I want to.
I sat through each of these movies and I graded each of these movies. I would like to give them each their grade. However, in the future, when we do cover movies that are not a theatrical release, I'm happy clumping all the trash into one episode like we're doing right now. I think that's fine.
I just don't necessarily want to sign up to watch another episode like this where I have to do 4 trash movies in a week.
Right? Like this was a lot. And you know what? We don't have to circle back and watch the 5th Highlander movie. We don't have to.
Oh, I'm not.
It's ours. It's our show. But I would like to give these each their grade because it is the franchise. And you know what? These movies didn't necessarily get worse and worse and worse and worse, right? Otherwise, you could just probably average it. They had some ups and downs with these, I think. And as we quickly go over them, we can maybe, discuss that. And I think that each movie impacts the franchise in its own way. And that's why I kind of want to keep them separate. What do you think, Will? What's your thought process?
Were any of these movies theatrically released?
3 was theatrically released, and Home Sweet Home Alone was on Netflix, which I think does count because Netflix, I mean, it's still not theatrically released, but at least it is a generally a bigger budget, like more of a big deal, right? Like that's how like Prey was not theatrically released, and that movie is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Wasn't Prey done in the middle of COVID though, and so they kind of knew it wasn't gonna be?
Sure, but I don't think Badlands is coming to theaters either, is it?
No, it's a Hulu, right? No, that's the one you reviewed on your channel, right?
No, the one I did on my channel was Killing Grounds or Killing.
Yeah, that's it. Killing Grounds,
Killer of Killers.
The animated
that one definitely isn't not. I'm not sure about Badlands because now, even as I said that, I saw the trailer in a movie theater, so maybe it is coming to theaters.
Hey,
but I kind of thought that was going straight to DVD or straight to Disney.
Is Killing Grounds going to be something we need to add to the Predator franchise? Because I think so.
It's something I'm for sure going to watch because it legit looks interesting.
Yeah.
Whether it makes the cut or not is something we can discuss.
Okay.
But that's kind of the slippery slope we're at right now. That's why I'm kind of like, are we doing this? Because then it's harder for us to be like, I'm not watching. I definitely am not doing TV shows. I just don't have
absolutely.
Like,
it's
I will discuss Cobra Kai. Fuck yeah, I'll discuss Cobra Kai when we get there. But it's not part of the discussion. It's just I have already seen it, so I'll discuss it. But that's where I draw the hard line. This is just like a soft line. Like, do we?
A soft line.
I just think if it's a movie and it's part of the franchise, it should at some point get tacked on to the score.
I would love to say like you're going to regret that down the road, but realistically, if you don't regret that for the Home Alones, you're not going to regret that for anything.
Right. I mean, I'm not. Well, I didn't want to put Home Alone on the list because I was worried we were going to get to today, and here we are.
That's fair.
And this is some of the worst for me. And I saw the 5th episode of Highlander, so kind of the worst for me is already done, except for there's some other franchises out there that have a whole bunch of instances that are like all trash.
Wait till we get to the Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen fest.
Those don't exist. Those aren't.
I said these don't exist, and yet here we are.
Are they? Yeah, I guess are they a franchise?
I don't think so. I don't think any of them are actually
they're
connected.
just kind of like
they're just movies all starring the same
probably.
actress. That'd be like saying the Arnold Schwarzenegger verse. It doesn't. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it could be the same production company though.
Well, maybe, but I still don't think that. I mean, I guess in the same way that you could make the argument for the Dollars trilogy in that sense, but
exactly.
I don't know.
I think we'll just like we always do. We end up dealing with it when we get there, and we kind of flip flop back and forth and make exceptions, and that's okay because fuck it, it's our show, and we get to do what we want. And ultimately, chat kind of talks with us as we do this, and we end up kind of doing it as more than just the 3 of us as a whole group, and so it comes out.
Yeah. So I want to touch on 2 things. Bubba Hotep just said, does the Alien Hulu series come out this month? Do you know, Brian? Because I would be very curious if it does.
It comes out soon. They just dropped another release that showcased multiple different aliens. So there are multiple different species, not just the xenomorphs, but there's other creatures aside from the xenomorph alien, like completely different species, right? And so we're gonna have a spaceship that crashes on Earth and releases these. There's a lead female character, a younger girl, and a bunch of Marines, I believe, that are going to be trying to contain this from breaking free. The series takes place just before the events on the Nostromo.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know how that fits into the grand scheme of things. So we've got
in the future, but also
multiple
the
different
past.
creatures, including the alien. And it happens just before the Nostromo. It's a girl and some Marines. They're not Space Marines, obviously, because they're on Earth. But I'm
So
hearing...
just before the Nostromo means it's after Prometheus and Covenant, right?
after Prometheus and Covenant, before Sigourney Weaver makes her big appearance.
Gotcha.
And we have the director quoted as saying, "This will go down as some of my best work." So I hope that he sets
Everybody
the bar
says
high.
that before something comes out.
Well, I'm hoping he's right, and I'm hoping he sets the bar high. At least he didn't say, "I think this is trash and it's gonna suck," like the director of Alien 3, who was so disappointed he didn't even edit his own film. But
fair.
But so I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna shake out. But they're saying that it's gonna introduce a lot of new mechanics to the franchise.
Okay. Well, I'm super curious to check that one out. The other thing, just super out of nowhere, but just kind of fun. I desperately love that you called it our show. For the longest time, you were like, "This is Dan's show." And I'm like, no.
Well, you put in the most
like. I think he meant the letter R, like R rating. It's
even that.
Our
Even that, I'll
show.
take. I'll take even that. It's something. It's a step in the right direction.
Well, I mean, we've put a year's worth of work into this thing and our opinions and everything, and you know, chat. We stay after a lot of times and we talk about what we said, what we did, how we can improve it, where we want to go,
How much you fucked up, what you need to do better next time.
right, exactly. And we're learning and growing as we
We've all
make
been
this
there.
program, and so I think it's come like this is the only thing I still stream on a schedule. Like maybe I don't stream it, but I come here and show up live on a schedule, and I don't ever miss this. It's very important to me. I like it a lot. I like being here because I have fun doing it. And so whether or not we become superstars of the interwebs, I don't really care, but I'm here because I enjoy the people I'm here. And I, you know, it was Dan's idea and Dan's baby, but we're here now and we're all putting in an effort to improve it. Plus, I edited one video, so that makes me like 50% something.
Absolutely.
At least.
I just can't believe, it's been a year and we're still rating Home Alone movies.
We haven't
I
grown
mean,
much.
we could do
have
one and come back to this in another couple months and do the next one if you want. Like, we could really drag this out.
Yeah.
Anytime we're stuck for a movie.
Dan, did you rate each movie individually?
I kind of did. I didn't
Okay,
do. I was like throwing a dart at the board, sort of. I didn't do like a breakdown of like, this is what the sound like in Home Alone 4. This is what the acting was like in Home Alone 4. I just kind of like took an overall. This is my overall snapshot opinion of this movie.
Right.
This is not going to be one that I edit very heavily. This is going to be one that does come out fairly raw because I'm just like, I'm not spending time on this. Like, this is not one that I imagine is going to get a lot of clicks on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Although ironically, Home Alone, the first episode, one of our higher rated shows or higher viewed shows, I should say.
Did it come out around Christmas?
Yeah, we pushed that one fairly quickly. I think I took the editing on that one and put it like on the top of the pile. Just be like, let's get this done ASAP.
Right. Okay, well, here's the deal. I didn't do a write-up for every movie.
I was wondering if you were going to just do one period as opposed to one for each.
Yes.
Okay.
That is what's happening.
I think that's a good way to lump it. I did a rating for each of the films, but it's super brief.
Yeah.
Right? It's more like I liked this one a little bit more than that one and that one a little bit more than this one. So that's kind of it.
Pretty
but-
okay if we don't even bother with like, you know how we go like, here's a close-up of Will, here's a close-up of Brian. Like, we can just talk about these movies for like 10, 15 minutes, give our score, move on to the next one, and call it a day.
100%.
Like,
Sounds great.
I don't want to be here all night. Let's see, which is the first one?
Will just wrote trash on the back of a Burger King receipt.
On his crown.
All right, let's get into this one. Do we want to have Will open up his opener for the whole thing here?
Oh, Will's screen isn't the full size anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. My whole setup is wickety whack right now.
You know what? For this episode, who gives a shit?
Yeah, something's messed up, but that's just way. My lighting's not right. Everything's a wonkadonk. So, all right, let's do this thing. Nothing to it but to do it. What do I call this? The Home Alone Afterbirds?
EU Extended Universe. The Home Alone, the
cleanup episode.
Yeah, okay.
We're taking out the trash with this Home Alone cleanup episode, starring Cleaning Agent.
So this is
Ba-da-ba,
3, 4, 5,
ba-da-ba,
6.
trash.
3 through 6. Okay. Home Alone 3 through 6. We're gonna do all of them. And here's what we're talking about. Public service announcement to all parents. Please, for the love of everything holy, stop leaving your children at home alone. That's it.
Fair enough. All right. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a show we have called R Rating. I'm your host, Dan. I'm joined by Brian and Will. We take a movie franchise, break it down by movie, and give it an overall score and throw it up on the board. Now, generally speaking, we're going to take a movie franchise and do each movie as a separate episode. But with the Home Alone movies, we figured we had to do the rest of them. We don't want to spend an entire episode on each episode. So we're doing this jumble episode. We're just going to throw all of the 3, 4 Home Alone Holiday Heist and Home Sweet Home Alone all in one episode and just kind of get rid of this, get it off, because right now it is sitting at the top of our list. And while the first 2 movies are classic, the franchise as a whole has no business being up that high. Now, Brian, this is a franchise you've actually had to watch and endure through for years now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you rewatch this one recently, or is this one that you just went, F it, I've seen this enough times, I'm not bothering again?
No,
Did you revisit this?
So we gave ourselves 2 weeks to get through these, and I basically watched like one episode every other day, and got through it. I have seen them dozens of times. My son is a huge fan of these and just watches them on repeat. He's alone in our household in his love of the Home Alone after 1 and 2, and yeah, I didn't enjoy revisiting these, and you'll hear about that from my score.
And Will, you and I are both brand new to all 4 of these movies, right?
Correct. And I may have fallen asleep multiple times. So I'm glad we have the professional Run 7 here, the Home Alone expert on hand. If I have any questions about plot or character arcs, you know, all the real nitty gritty details of these exquisite movies.
I didn't fall asleep during any of these, but I was playing Magic the Gathering the entire time. So this was just on a second monitor. So there might have been little pieces here and there that I missed because I was reading a card or something. But you gotta do what you gotta do to make through these. That's not actually quite true. One of these Home Sweet Home Alone I did watch with my daughter. She had a good time. The other 3 that I watched just with Magic ongoing. So starting with Home Alone 3, this is the only one of the 4 that was actually released in theaters back in 1997. This takes up a totally new kid. This is not Kevin McAllister or related to him in any way. And this movie feels like it is taking itself incredibly seriously. Like they think that this is a John Grisham movie for half of it. And in a weird way, having grown up on John Grisham movies, I kind of liked it, even though I hate, not the movie, I liked that aspect of it, even though it wasn't done well. Does that track for you guys? Do you guys did you recognize it as kind of that like super serious spy movie that they're trying to go for? Or were you just like, this is just hot nonsense from beginning to end?
Yes. This was also the 3rd and final movie that John Hughes wrote. So after this, the Home Alones are John Hughes free. And I believe we talked about this during Home Alone 2, probably. John Hughes wrote this script with Macaulay Culkin in mind and had to change it after Macaulay Culkin quit acting and wouldn't do the 3rd movie. So I think this was a mix mash of all kinds of ideas that came together somehow, some way.
Yeah,
John Hughes is a writer on all 4 of these movies. Now, I'm pretty sure that's just they took characters or something. Like I don't think it's how Michael Crichton is still a writer on the Jurassic Worlds, even though he died years ago. So I don't imagine.
It's like a story credit just because of the world.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brian.
With Home Alone 3, they try to take themselves really serious. Like these are super villain spy characters with high tech gadgets, and they're super serious about this missile code and stuff. This isn't Marv and Harry trying to bumble their way through a trapped house anymore. These are supposed to be the next level of villain or whatever. My problem is that a lot of times when they were using their super high-tech spy gadgets, I kept going, I've got that on my phone. I've got that on my phone. Yeah, I can do that with my phone. Yeah, I can do that with my phone. A Palm Pilot? Are you kidding me? Like it was dated, right? Like it was dated. But
97.
even for its time, their high-tech gadgets didn't seem that necessary. Like one guy had a hard hat with a camera mounted under the thing so he could like spy. I'm like, just use a binoculars. Like you don't need a hard hat mounted, like flip down IP. It was stupid. It was that was dumb to me. So
I'm gonna go. Sorry, go ahead.
No, the super high-tech thing was just too much.
Speaking of completely unnecessary, maybe I'm wrong on this, but once they found out that the person went to like suburbia, why didn't they just go door to door and be like, hey, I think I got your bag, and they got mixed up at the airport? Because that old lady would have given up that toy for her sourdough bread in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Like the entire movie was just completely unnecessary. Like they're going around sneaking, trying to break into homes. They're like, knock on the door. Like, hi, I heard from the airport that you might have gotten my package. I have yours. Do you want to switch back? Cool. Like nobody on that street has any idea what they've got possession of.
Yep.
There's no chance.
I think you can say that about almost all of these movies.
Well, true, but like at least in the
door for a good
in the
portion of
first
it.
two with Harry and Marv, like they're legitimately bad people trying to do a bad thing.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I meant post one and two.
I know. I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah.
we'll get into it further as we go, I'm sure. But
The
that was
other
just like the first thing that I hit with this movie. Like, why are they trying to be so secretive? Like, it wasn't like they're trying to break into like the naval base to get it back or something. Like, it's suburban America. I think I don't remember. Was it Chicago in this one? It's so
is,
different in a bunch
I
of.
believe it is Chicago in this one as well. I think the other biggest problem here is Run said these guys are professionals. They're like high end bad guys, whatever you want to call it, thieves. And that makes it so much worse that they just fall for these stupid tricks. Whereas Marvin and Harry are just dimwits, right? So like it makes sense that they fumble and stumble through this house of tricks. This doesn't make any sense. They have more budget on their wigs alone than Marvin and Harry had in their van. Like it's just ridiculous. It made the movie so much worse that they were these high-end thieves with all their high-end gadgets, and then they're bested by this like 10-year-old kid.
Did you guys like the tricks and traps this time around?
Of all the things that I can't differentiate from movie to movie, the tricks and traps are probably number one. Like the characters, the kid, all of that, like the plot lines, I can probably tell you the differences. But as far as like which person tripped on which wire to hit which Lego where they got kicked in the face by a boot, I have no freaking idea.
Yeah.
They all just blend together at that point, right? Like it's.
I think specifically make a note that I felt there was a lot of butt and crotch stuff going on in this movie.
There was.
Is this one where her pants split?
Yeah, pants.
Yeah,
split.
okay.
Lots of butt hitting and crotch hitting, and I felt there was just too many guns in this movie. The bad guys all had guns. They're shooting guns off left, right, and center. Like it just took away from it. It's not as fun, family friendly as much with like the threat of real guns.
It felt like everything kind of grew up in this movie except the writing. And and it didn't need to be. Like even the kid's still young and doing his kid tricks and stuff, but everything else got a little more adult themed in the worst ways. In the worst ways.
Yeah, agreed. Everybody, all the villains having guns, in a weird way, took away from the fact that they have a gun. Because in the second Home Alone, Harry has a gun and he threatens Kevin, and you actually, I mean, you don't feel threatened for Kevin, it's a kid's movie, but you know what I mean? Like, you can understand why he'd be terrified in that moment. But these guys are completely incompetent. They're shooting the walls. They're not doing anything with those weapons. And it almost takes away from the threat of the gun.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't like it.
I'll say this. Of these movies, this one had the second highest rating for acting for me. I hate child actors. The main kid didn't induce vomiting immediately. I'm not saying he was good at all. I'm just saying, like, everything we're going to talk about in this episode is absolute trash. It never makes it above the 50% mark for me in any category, in any movie, never.
Spoilers.
Okay. So it's all trash. His was less trash than some of the other movies that we're going to talk about. That's like the highest thing I can say for this. I didn't like the traps. I can go on forever about stuff I didn't like. I don't have much I do like about this.
You know what? I'm reading the notes because I did make like tiny notes as I was playing the game. One of which is just, what is the layout of this house? And like that just jarred my memory of some of the scenes in this where they're like falling through the deck into the basement, and you're just like, those are just floorboards. Like that was just, like there was no cement or anything. They're just in the basement after falling through those. Like, how is this house put together? At one point, they climb through a window and fall like 2 or 3 stories.
Yeah.
Which like made sense in Home Alone 2 because they specifically say the home is under renovations. But this house they're living in.
Yeah.
What is going on with this?
Well,
like none of the
she made a comment that the house is under renovations and that the phones aren't working because of it, which doesn't really. Your phones either work or they don't, and renovations don't normally cause your phones to go on the fritz. Whatever, it's a kids movie, so they don't care. They're just making up plot loops here. But you're right. The layout of the house was really ridiculous. There's when they're in the neighborhood, I never know where they're at in the neighborhood. And why does his one window have a view of like 360 degrees around the neighborhood? Like he's driving the remote control car, which has incredible range and an endless battery and super duper speed to be jumping across the street. Like just
that thing was sick.
Yeah. We're spending too much time on this film, guys.
Oh yeah. Okay, I just want to point out quick. There, the mom in this one, we've seen before in Gremlins 2. She was very much just a Catherine O'Hara ripoff in this one, unfortunately. But she was the Billy's boss in Gremlins 2 that was kind of like trying to sleep with him or whatever.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I thought she was much better in Gremlins 2.
With the accent and the cigarette? Okay, yeah.
Exactly. That's the same person, yeah. So I just thought, what's her name?
Why was the dad such a doofus? What did that have to do with the movie? Why is he walking around without his pants on? And like his character never develops anything. They just have him be a doofus.
Morris is the actress. So I thought that was fun to point out that we've spoken of her in previous episodes. So that's good.
Also, mildly interesting to know they had Scarlett Johansson, a young Scarlett Johansson, on her third movie set, and did absolutely nothing with her. I got to assume they're kicking themselves on that one 20 years later. Like, shit, we had a legit star in this.
This is one of the 4 that I fell asleep in, and I was just so happy when I woke up and saw Scarlett Johansson had sacrificed herself to save her brother. So that was very cool. Very endgame.
You guys want to rate this thing and get it out?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure. We're just going to go quick. We're not going to do a full breakdown on this one, right? We're just
I gave this one a 21, and it is going to be the second highest rated of the 4 movies we're going to talk about today.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's worth mentioning that when we do rate these, we are rating them based off what we're anticipating. So like when you're scoring this, I'm scoring this as a kid's movie, not as something going up against The Godfather. Even with that said, I watched this by myself. I didn't watch this with my kids. I can't imagine my kids would find this very entertaining. Maybe my youngest. This is also my highest of the 4, but it's only coming in at a 38, higher than Brian's, but still nowhere close to a passing grade.
See, I'm rating this as a family film. It's got to have a little something for everybody. It definitely had nothing for me. Obviously, my oldest son loves these, but he just loves the traps. And you could just do that portion of the movie over and over and over with no plot at all, and he's been giggling himself to sleep. But didn't like it.
I feel like this one's at least semi-competently made compared to something we're going to get to very soon. But anyway, go ahead, Will.
Fair enough. One of my favorite lines in the movie was, "You smacked my winky." And so that made this the second highest rating of the 4 we're going to go through tonight. Overall, didn't love it. 25 out of 100 for me. And I'm putting this against family movies, but more importantly, I'm putting it against Home Alone movies.
Yeah.
And the first 2 make this look just foolish. So that's a low rank from me.
Yeah, we didn't go over our scores from the first 2, but we did mention it is at the top of our ratings currently. Like they are legit holiday classics compared to these. Now, Home Alone 4, 1 second.
Taking Back the House.
Don't stop. Where we go?
Don't stop me now.
There we go.
It came out in 2002.
I got sick to my stomach
Home
as he
Alone
changed
4.
that poster.
All All right, now Home Alone 4 came out in 2002, and this is the third one of these movies I saw. I saw Home Sweet Home Alone before going back to this one. This one was a trip because I didn't realize that this was a legit not a remake, but like a recasting of the McAllister family.
Yeah.
So like when they
Continuation.
first mentioned like, oh, Kevin, I'm like, really? Why'd they name him Kevin? That's weird. And then we get I've been Home Alone before. I was like, oh, wait a second. And then the brother's name is Buzz. I'm like, oh no. What is happening here? And you realize that it is just like, it's supposed to be Kevin McAllister, but for some reason it takes place after the first two movies. But he's a younger kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and they're
I
still
wrote that
living
down
in
too.
Chicago.
Yeah.
But like they're divorcing and he's marrying royalty in Chicago. None of this movie makes a freaking lick of sense.
I didn't catch that.
He's not marrying royalty, but like she knows royalty.
Yeah, she
Royalty's
knows
coming to stay with them. Like,
I mean, they steal the royalty anyway, so it doesn't matter.
sure. Yeah, because like of course royalty is just gonna go stay with a random family who needs screen checks to make sure they're safe. That sounds fun. Let's go.
This one, I felt like they just went and looked physically, like visually looked for the cutest kid they could get to play Kevin McAllister. Didn't at all screen test him for acting skills whatsoever. They're just like, hey, just slap your cheeks and give us a scream. And they're like, yeah, that's the cutest. And that's what they went with. And the kid is abysmally horrible at acting. Yeah. It is so horrible to watch this. I hate that they chose him as the character. And then the people that they got to like recast Marv with that whole weird plot line and Marv's mom.
French Stewart.
Right? Like, I like the guy. I don't like him playing Marv. I really wish they would have just gone with totally different names.
Yeah,
that's
what I didn't understand.
Just do what they did with 3. It's a whole different family, whole different place. I don't care. The premise is the same. We get it. We don't need them to be Kevin and Marv, etc.
Absolutely none of this connected to these original movies other than characters' names. I mean, at one point he's like, I'm no longer with Harvey or Harry. I'm doing my own thing. Totally unnecessary. Like you could have been, Tyler and be like, I'm no longer with Kevin. That's the same thing. I'm no longer with Bob. I'm doing my own thing. I would have got just as much out of this. You know what I mean? Like it didn't at no point, like if anything, this cheapened the other movies because now I think Kevin's parents are going to get divorced, whereas they've shown them as being a happy family.
Right.
I'm not saying I actually care that much about the McAllister household, but it cheapens it as opposed to adding to it in any way.
What was up with the dad and the mom are supposedly going through a divorce. The dad meets somebody else after they decide to split up. So it wasn't like he was cheating. They just went their separate ways. And then they positioned the new girl to be this horrible villain, a bad person. And she wasn't. She just doesn't have kids. She just doesn't have kids. She's not used to it, but she's trying really hard. She's trying to buy the kids affection and doesn't understand that mentality. And that's fine. That's okay. I don't think they should have positioned her to be a bad person. And then almost like at the end, they kind of like punish her, like, nah, you suck and we're all leaving you. And by the way, I quit.
And the Royals are leaving it too.
All this stuff, yeah. And I was like, what did she do wrong other than try? Like she tried. Yeah. That was it.
Well, she threatened Kevin pretty hard at that one point. And that's honestly, pretty late in the movie that he did trash her house 3 times in a row.
From her perspective, she should have taken him over her knee and spanked his ass. From what she thought was happening, he got off light, right? Now, in truth, he never did anything wrong. He was protecting the house and all that. But I don't think she was out of line. I thought she finally just bucked up and said, this is my house. And if you cause me any more problems, I'm going to make life real painful for you. And I thought it was great. Every once in a while, you got to have that conversation with the step parent. You just got to find out where that line is. And I didn't think that was out of line for her to do.
For anyone who doesn't know, this is Brian's wife in the chat. And I was going to make the joke and be like, Raw, be careful with your kids. But no, she made it herself. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So in this movie, again, the whole recasting of the same characters is terrible. On top of that, none of them act like the characters at all. French Stewart, his Marv, was like the only likeness was the name and the toque. It was pretty much it. He didn't even try to act like Joe Pesci, and it makes sense because there's no way he's going to compare to Joe Pesci. So they should
Daniel Stern.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the other one.
Daniels. Oh, so he's dressed like Harry, but he's acting like Marv?
He is Marv.
He is Marv, is who he's supposed to be. Yeah, see? You can't.
But he's got the wrong costume.
He's terrible. Yeah, it's like he's trying to be the boss in this one. That's what's so horrible. It just stop it. Just make it new villains. And why? Why would this kid happen to line up with Marv's new plan? And like, it's such an extreme coincidence. They could have, like, if you're gonna go this route, you've got to write in a plot that makes sense why this kid is meeting up with Marv again. And not because
Again, just start fresh.
Yeah, just start fresh. It was a terrible idea.
So if the last movie gave us a copycat Catherine O'Hara, this was like the Wish Catherine O'Hara.
Temu.
It was so, yeah, the Temu Catherine O'Hara. I'm just like so upset that they even tried. And they didn't even try, really. It was just so bad. And this is the first, I guess, straight to TV movie, right? Like you could tell from the zigzag swipes.
Yeah, what was that editing?
Oh
my goodness. I saw that the first time. I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that. And
the cinematography in this one was so atrocious. It looked like it was filmed from somebody holding their cell phone with their hand, not even on like a gyro. And like when they're decorating the tree, were you paying attention during the tree decorating scene?
Yes.
It's like 6 clips of them throwing stuff at the tree that never actually sticks, and they just cut away. Meanwhile, the camera's just panning around and getting up in everybody's face. And oh my God, it was, yes, it was
I don't know if you can see
horrible.
that. This is the worst looking tree. It was one of my notes.
Yeah, it was. And again, they get mad at her because she redecorates the tree. And I'm like, that tree looked like your decorations fell out of the ceiling and hit it. Like, it was terrible. Yeah, the cinematography in this was a joke. It was absolutely amateur hour with the lighting, everything. It was terrible. And then open door. Come on, that was stupid all around.
Oh, I love that you don't actually ever touch the doors, and they just open door, close door, open door, close door throughout the whole movie. I was just like,
oh,
so stupid.
Even like his bedroom, which is supposed to be this like high tech, glorious location, just looked like it was bought for like $150. Like the whole thing just looked so cheap. The TV setup would have, like, I would have been so nauseous after watching 2 minutes of anything, because it's not all like, it's like one big screen and then a bunch of little screens all around it, and it's not put together to be one big screen. Nor is he watching 19 different things at once. It's just the same image on every television at the exact same time. It's like he's watching It's a Wonderful Life or something. I'm just like, why? Like, turn off 8 of those televisions.
Yeah, chat.
Like,
when your streamer has picture in picture in picture, that Inception, that's what it made me feel like. I felt like I was watching a streamer watch himself. It was terrible.
Even that would be almost interesting, because at least you get to see that, like, how it looks all the way down the line. This is literally the exact same image.
Everything about that house was terrible. Everything about the way the sets, the clothing design, like all the clothing on everybody looked like it was fresh off the rack. Nobody looked like they actually wore those clothes. Lots of the clothes didn't make sense or didn't match or didn't fit. I mean, it was ridiculous. Do you guys, the butler, what's his name? What?
Eric Avari or Prescott?
Prescott.
Yeah.
The butler was probably the highlight of this film, and that was not very good at all. I mean, they froze him in a block of ice for no reason, and then served him on the dinner table, and then he dropped off and broke out, which none of that made any sense at all. Like, he'd be dead. That was a murder right there. All the gags are murders in real life.
He also had his cell phone in the wine cellar and didn't call the police, but just gave it to Kevin to call whoever he wanted.
Yeah.
That killed me. He's like, I don't have any ideas. Oh, I do have a cell phone, though. Here you go. I'm like, what the fuck? And the cell phone had battery power and could make an outside call. It's like, what? Like, I tried and I couldn't reach anybody. I got nothing. Here, call your mom. Like, what?
So bad. It was
911? No, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why this one gets a much worse score, even though there's not much room down here at the bottom. This one's getting a much worse score from me.
Rate it.
I gave this one a 16. That's being pretty generous. This one was offensive to watch, mostly because the cinematography was so bad. At least in the previous film, they had professional filming. They tried for some different angles and stuff. They made an attempt, right? This one felt like an absolute joke. They were like, hey, we got the rights to Home Alone. Let's see if we can grab some cash as cheap as we possibly can. And they allowed us to use Kevin's name. Let's go that way for no reason. It was horrible. I hated the acting. Child actors are notoriously bad for me. This was one of the worst. I think it just kind of proves itself. Direction, script, effects, everything about this movie was really, really bad. I gave this a 16, and this isn't even the worst.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the most surprising thing. Okay, so before I get to my score, because I'm just curious, if they have the rights to Home Alone, they can use the Kevin McAllister name. Like, I probably John Williams owns it, but like, wouldn't they have access to the soundtrack? Or is that generally a different thing? Because like I was shocked that we don't hear that theme even in the opening credits. You get a tiny piece of it in one of them, which is like, oh, this is clearly reminiscent of, but it's not the theme. And it's like that would have brought up the score a bit, because that's a good piece of music. John Williams is a master. This is trash. There was no redeeming qualities in this movie for me. The acting was horrible. The plot was horrible. The twist was incredibly foreseeable.
Yeah,
like the logic was completely out the window. I had no fun. I got nothing out of this. Okay, you know what? That's not true. The fun I got from this was the fever dream at the very beginning, where I was like, what is going on? Why'd they name him Kevin? Why is that guy Buzz? What is that? Is this a sequel? Is this the same cast? Why is he younger? What is going on? That was it. Like my own little like freaking out while doing other things is all I got out of this one. I'm going to forget this as quickly as possible. I'm never going to touch this one again. This one has my lowest R rating score yet of 8 points. This is a single-digit movie. F this movie.
Wow. Yeah.
It is
burn, baby, burn.
We're taking this franchise.
And I liked the first two. I was the highest on both of the first two Home Alones, but this is just unwatchable nonsense.
I agree, Dan. This was maybe the worst foreshadowing to a twist ever made in TV movie history. And I say TV movie history because they're typically worse than actual movies, and this is no exception. It was just so poorly executed, and it was so hardly just over the head of like, oh, this is what's going to happen. It's not Prescott is that you have to worry about. And then the mom wasn't even a big threat at all.
No.
She was like the least concerning. She's stuck in an elevator for most of it. It was just terrible. Anyway, I'm happy to close door on this movie for the rest of my life and give it a 15 out of 100. It is trash.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Dan having the low for a change.
I have had the low before. I've had the low a lot of times. This is usually for a good movie.
That's true. All right.
Okay. Now, this is Home Alone Holiday Heist. This is the second direct-to-video movie for the franchise. I think the first one is direct-to-DVD, and this one's a TV movie, if I have my facts straight on that one.
Sure.
This movie is also absolutely no good, but has a surprisingly decent cast, which the last one didn't have. The last one was a whole bunch of nobodies and French Stewart, and this one's like, how do you get Malcolm McDowell and Ed Asner in this film? Like, I don't understand. I was just blown away. Like,
let me stop you there, Dan. Not only does it have those wonderful actors, this is Clean's Canadian alert. This movie was made in Manitoba, Winnipeg, Manitoba, and this movie has a majority Canadian cast. The main characters are all Canadian.
Don't do that to Canada. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't
yes,
do that to
man.
Canada.
Christian Martin, who played Finn, Canadian. Judelle Ferland, who played Alexa, his sister, Canadian. Ellie Ann Harvey, the mom, Canadian. Doug Murray, who is like a doctor, also Canadian. Bill Turnbull, the gamer, Simon, Canadian. And I'm guessing almost all of the extras in this movie would have been Canadian as well, because it was filmed in Canada and they get big tax breaks. So Clean's Canadian Corner, this is a Canadian-made film.
I'm so disappointed this is the first time we've used this graphic. That makes me so sad. I've been saving this one for like weeks waiting to bring this one out, and you just haven't touched
I'm not
it.
on the screen right now. Oh,
I had to show off the top
get
and
the
bottom there.
American out of here, please.
Yeah,
you guys have your Canadian fun on what's going to be the lowest rated in this franchise for me. This movie took the worst of 3 and the worst of 4 and put them together. And I thought it was just terrible. And the worst part is that they did have an uptick in the actors that played these roles, but they were given such garbage roles, such meaningless, pointless, I mean, just stupid plot design for these characters to go through, that it was horrible. The child acting in this one, as bad as the previous one was, this one's just as bad, except the kid's not as cute. So it's even worse now. It was like, why did you choose as bad an actor as its predecessor, and this kid isn't even cute? Okay? There's one good thing that I can say about this, so I'll focus on the one good scene that I thought was kind of cool, which is when he is preparing the cookies and the milk, and he's doing all the baking and stuff in the kitchen, and it shows these neat little edits of him multiple times overlaid as he goes through the kitchen preparing all this stuff, so it shows different things. It was pretty well done for its time, and that was an interesting little clip right there. That is the only redeeming thing in this entire movie. Everything else was absolute trash. The cinematography was almost as bad as the previous one. Like, I just really didn't like this one. And I actually gave this a -5 points for fun. I hated having to sit through this. It was so disappointing. When the kid's sitting there talking to his gamer friend about stuff that's going on, I'm like, this is a stupid dynamic. You're literally in the middle of dealing with these bad guys, and you're taking a video game break to go talk to somebody about a fictional video game, or casting your life as a fictional video game, to get advice from some random stranger on the internet. And they did kind of lean into that joke a little bit with the police and everything raiding the gamer's house. But it wasn't funny. It didn't land. And everything about this movie, I just really hated. So I'm going to shut up now because I've got nothing good to say otherwise, and let you guys have a few minutes with this film.
I think that this is not a good movie. Straight up. It is a better made movie than the last one. Now, you can argue with the acting. You're right. The kid is not great. But what's going on in the movie feels way more relatable from, I have to move to a new place that I've never been. I have to try and make friends with people, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in love with video games, and I don't know how to interact with the other outside world. Makes way more sense to me than a kid who is brought into a royal palace. Like, the Home Alone 4 is wish fulfillment, the movie. Like, everything in the first half of that movie is just like, this is the best it could ever possibly be. Like, okay, the parents are getting divorced, that sucks, but you know what I mean? Like, he's moving to this like palace, he's getting this ridiculous room, he's getting everything he wants. Like, it's just incredible. And this feels like more of a thing that people would actually go through. I haven't personally, but like, I could actually see that. The daughter who is, more in love with her cell phone than talking to her parents, kind of living that right now. So like, I kind of get a little bit more where this is going from a perspective. Like, you were talking about the scene in the kitchen, sorry. Like, the editing on that was 1,000 times better than the last one with its crinkle cut screen wash. Like, it actually looked pretty good in some parts. The video game confuses the hell out of me, because at one point he says, I think he's playing on his cell phone the first time we see him, and he's like, I just beat level 17. And the next time we see him playing the exact same game, he's playing it PvP, like he's going up against this guy that he's been struggling to beat for the entire time. So it's like, I don't really know what this game is. Also, when was the last time you played a video game that had a level system? But whatever. It's clearly one of those things that was made by people who don't play video games. They're just like, video games are this. It's like, not really, but okay. As far as meeting the guy online and like being like, hey, what's your real name? Let's talk about actual situations. The three of us, but sure. Like, that is a thing that does kind of happen. So you're right. In the middle of a high-tech situation where like house is getting robbed, I'm probably not going to call Will up and be like, hey dude, my house is getting robbed right now. What should I do?
You're calling run, aren't you? You son of a bitch.
He knows guns. Yes, I'm calling run. What do?
I'm the American. I can stop an intruder. You guys will ask if he wants the cookies.
But if you got a mold problem, you'll call me.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
What do I do with this raccoon in my house, please, sir? So I didn't love this movie, but it was far more, I don't want to say entertaining. It was better. It was more competently made than the last one. It's still not getting a good score. This is still the second lowest of the franchise for me.
I agree with Dan a little bit on this one. I feel like it was a better made movie overall. Maybe it's just because it was made later and the ability to do things was easier, so it just came across as better. And you said the only good thing was that one cut scene. I thought the drunken boss was good throughout.
The
Good news!
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
old-
Okay, yeah. The
We're
old
only
guy.
gonna be here three
For
or 4 days.
He was all right. I didn't like the tricks and traps for sure. They looked terrible. There were all these special effects for snowballs and marbles flying at things.
Oh yeah.
The makeup and costumes on the characters looked really terrible. All the tricks and traps seemed tired and old. I mean, not that they didn't in the last 2 movies, but they were just really thoughtless kind of stuff. Like, hey, let's eat a disgusting cookie and drink glue. Like, it was, I don't know. It had no style or class. And again, we had these villains who were supposed to be maybe not top-notch villains, but you got this really like rich, wealthy, smart guy who's putting together a crack team, and we end up with like a bunch of doofuses and people who have relationship problems, and they don't even seem that motivated to go through with this issue. Like the one girl, she keeps getting distracted by her boyfriend on the phone and stuff. I didn't have any
The other guy's
fun.
just scared of ghosts.
Yeah, he's scared of ghosts.
Well,
I just had no fun with this movie, and I think that was a problem. Maybe it was because I just watched so much trash, and I'm just sitting here watching it again.
And you'll watch it again in the future, you poor bastard.
You're the only one that will. My kids don't know these exist.
Yeah. Lucky you. Lucky you. My kid's probably in there watching it right now.
Yeah. Like, how much time did he spend on baking those like milk and cookies that essentially had no effect? Like the guy's just like, ew, that's gross, and moved on with his life.
And
like,
spit them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like, okay.
Like, why did all the
And how
traps have to
clairvoyant do
be...
you have to be to know that he's going to eat them at all?
All the traps had to be themed. Like, you ended up having a reindeer and Santa Claus and a guy that was gift wrapped. Did you notice that? Like,
no.
Okay. Well,
sorry.
Yeah, she had hair and a red nose, and then the other guy, he's eating the cookies. He ends up getting a beard like Santa Claus, and then the mastermind of it all, he gets wrapped up like a present and pushed down the stairs or something. And I was like,
Nope, that all
okay,
checks out.
What are
On
you?
point.
I don't even know why you're doing that, but it wasn't obviously, since some of you guys didn't get it, it wasn't very well executed.
Top marks for holiday picture.
I
also was only half paying attention. Let's be honest. I was.
Everything here just felt tired. Okay, I guess there was one other thing. He goes to do the aftershave on his face, and he goes and walks away. I was like, okay, hey, all right. They're throwing a nod to its predecessor and going their own way with something unique. All right, it was dumb. It was terribly, done, but it was something new, and that was the only new thing they really had to this, other than the family moving into like a haunted house kind of thing, and none of it jived. I just wasn't happy.
I'm just
with
going to
this.
address Windstorm in the chat for 1 second, because we didn't really talk about the point of this movie, why it's called Holiday Heist. So I just want to, it's who cares? But also, the villains, the head villain, his great-great-grandmother was the one in the painting. So he's trying to get his Mima back or something. He's telling the other people he's going to sell it, and they're all going to make millions of dollars. So the house belonged to a rum runner back in Prohibition. The safe is still in the basement, so he wants to break into the house, break into the safe. That's why he needs a crew, steal the painting back, and it's worth millions and millions of dollars. Except he just wants it because it's a picture of his great great grandmother or something like that. So that's where the name Holiday Heist comes in. That's why he's after this painting specifically. Does that make it better? Not really, but at least it's more coherent than just like a random.
And you asked in the previous one, why didn't they just go knock on the door and be like, hey, can we exchange our bag? Like, why can't this guy go view the house? Or I don't know, he's super rich, right? Freaking buy it. This family from Chicago is able to pick it up on the cheap. Go
They don't know what it is. I'll give you $10,000 for this painting. Oh, sure, fuck yeah, here you go.
Yeah. Go there with your crew or whatever, and have the realtor distracted while your safe guy goes and cracks the safe downstairs. Like, that seems way easier than waiting for the house to be purchased and go and break into it when there's people there.
Admittedly, they tried to get to it before the house was purchased. That they do mention that. But
Oh,
yeah.
did he? Oh,
The other thing is like, it's obviously locked away in this super secret hidden room. What are the chances this family's ever going to find that room if they're not outright looking? It's like crazy.
Or ever get into the safe.
Just wait till they go on vacation and just go in there. Like,
Well,
you got
and-
time.
and then-
It's not
and-
going anywhere.
And the thing is, like throughout 3, and then it gets worse in 4, and then this one's really bad with the plot, how they do things and stuff. We're gonna see that if you just take the time to write a decent script, you can do a Home Alone movie and make it a little bit better. And we'll see that in this next one, which is of these 4 my favorite. But this one for me, because it was so painful to watch and everything just kind of upset me, and it felt like they were taking some of the worst stuff from the previous films and doing it even worse. This one got a total score of a 9 for me.
Oh,
there we
back
go.
in the single digits.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I really didn't. This one was the one that I mean, don't get me wrong. 16 and 9 are very close at the very bottom of a 100-point scale. You know, they're both real trash, but this one slightly made me more offended than its predecessor.
Well, I'm so happy us Canadians could offend you so.
Yeah, it's a fully made Canadian film. It gets the worst score.
Yeah. Good.
I've already said pretty much everything I'm going to say about this one. I thought it was better made, not better, certainly not good, but at least there was some production quality in this one, whereas the last one just felt offensive to watch at all. Like it was just hard getting through. This is the low point in the series for me. No, sorry. This is the second lowest point in the series for me, though, at a mere 22 points.
Oh, damn.
Way too
What about you,
generous.
Will?
We did it again, Dan. We did it again.
Oh, no.
I agree. This movie's trash. I did like the mom yelling, "I will end you" to the gamer because of that conversation was kind of funny. That was probably the high point of the movie for me, aside from the drunken boss. I think that was this movie. It's hard to keep them.
Ed Asner, I think. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I would be remiss not to mention that this movie and the previous one, they're actually not home alone. That there's people with them.
Yeah,
in
they
both of those
couldn't
movies.
get the kid far enough away. They're just like, yeah, we're home alone for like 3 hours.
Well, even this one, his sister's with him the whole time, and Prescott's with the other kid the whole time. Like they're not home alone at all.
Oh, that's fair.
They're never at home alone in
That's
these
fair.
movies. So the title alone is misleading. So that makes sense why these are the worst of the Home Alones, in my opinion. But I also rated this one 22. I thought it was a superior movie to Home Alone, whatever,
4.
Taking Back the House, trash.
Yeah.
Because it was just such a blatant, just misconduct to all the Home Alone name and everything good about those movies. They just
Chat,
flushed it
YouTube,
down the
we need to talk here. This is clearly Canadian bias. That's all it is. It's just Canadian bias that's happening right here. This is clearly a single-digit scoring movie, but these Canadians just can't tank a movie that was made in their country.
Dude, it's tanked. 22 is still horrible.
That's all it is, Canadian biased.
And you said like this kid actor. I preferred this kid actor for acting than the other kid actor for acting.
No, I actually don't. I think this one was.
They're both bad.
I really think that they were equally bad. It's just this one wasn't as cute. That was it for me. I really, whenever he opens his mouth to talk to anyone, it sounds like someone just read him the line and he's repeating it for the camera. That's what it always sounds like to me.
But to me, the other one was like so overacting. That was like, oh,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be like scared that Natalie's talking to you right now, and so he's like,
yeah, they're real bad.
That wasn't bad.
They're
That was
real
pretty
bad.
good.
Anyway, they're bad movies. Don't watch them. Don't watch any of these movies.
All right,
let's get to the
so
last one.
we are now on to Home Sweet Home Alone.
Yes, this is is it 2021, I want to say?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So this is the 2021 straight to Disney Plus movie. I consider straight to Disney Plus a much higher honor than being straight to DVD or a TV movie. So this is the closest to an actual like legit sequel that we've ever had. Well, since 3, I guess. The production on this one goes way up.
Yes.
The actual film for me didn't. And Ron, you said you really liked this one, so I'm curious
no,
to go
liked is a
first.
very strong word.
Sorry.
We're not going
I get the
there.
impression. Sorry, not liked. But of these 4, I get the impression this might be your highest.
Yes,
Is that accurate?
So of these 4, this one hit way higher on the fun scale for me. I did have some fun watching it. I don't think it's a quality film. I don't think it's well made. I don't think it's well produced, directed, acting, script, dialogue. It's all trash, but it comes together a little bit better as a whole. It has its own unique flavor. They say, hey, we've got this idea that we want somebody to break into a house where there's a kid who's home alone and he defends himself. And we want it to be funny. And then they came up with its own unique script and reason for all this stuff. As outlandish as the script may be, at least it's unique and it sort of kind of makes sense and gives reason for why things happen. Stupid? Yes, absolutely. But at least this one didn't try to just ride on the laurels of everything that came before it. They just wanted to have a kid who's home alone and defends his house, try and make it fun. And I think that they achieved that to a very minor degree. Dan, what was the things that held you back on this one?
I think the production of this one was way up there. I think they've got a lot of actors who I'd say that I enjoy. Not even necessarily ones you can be like, oh, I know their name. Like I had to look up the names for a lot of these people, but like I really like Pete Holmes' comedy. He didn't have anything to do in this one, but I like him as a comedian. Ellie Kemper was, I believe, the Kimmy Schmidt, but was also on The Office. I think she's very good. I wouldn't have known his name, but Kenan Thompson, the real estate agent, he's been in some funny movies. Like there are decent people. Even Archie Yates, the main character, is in Jojo Rabbit, which is a phenomenal movie. If you've never seen it, he's a small part in that one, but it's still he can be good. I just don't think any of them were given anything all that great to do in this one. Like you got a lot of production quality, you got a lot of great actors. Nobody brought the funny in this one. Yeah. Like even the scene Will was talking about in the last movie, where the mom is talking to the gamer, got a chuckle out of me. I don't think I got a single chuckle out of this entire movie. And the Home Alone was kind of done a little bit dirty in this one because you care about the robbers. I like the robbers more than I like the stupid little kid. Like I didn't want him to succeed. Like in Home Alone, Marv and Harry are not a legitimate threat because it's a kid's movie, you know what I mean? But like you don't like them because not only are they stealing all of your prized possessions, they're also doing property damage to your home. Like legitimately F those guys.
But
whereas in this movie, the little kid is the one doing the property damage to his own home. And the people trying to break in are just like, hey, you stole something from us. We just want it back because we don't want to have to sell the house our kids live in. Maybe it's because I'm an adult, but I was 100% on the parents' side on this one. And I kind of wanted, like, not hurt the little kid, but just like get the doll and get out of there. And like,
I agree.
I was on the 100%.
I was on the side of
hurt that kid.
I was on the side of the burglars on this one, and I think that's cool. I think that's cool that they flipped the script on us, and you're kind of rooting for the burglars this time. They are bungling idiots, though. I mean, they really are. They make stupid choices left and right. They don't come off as very intelligent people. They're just trying. And that is what makes it, we go back to Harry and Marv, how they're bungling idiots, and it makes sense that they keep getting fooled by these stupid tricks. And so that made it worked. It made it kind of work again. And I'm like, okay, this is getting back into the original stuff in that sense. But you're right, Dan. You root for the burglars in this one and not necessarily the kid. Not that you hate the kid, but the parents, the burglars have a real reason.
A little bit I hated that kid.
Kind of
the problem is I don't want to see them get hurt. Like I want Marv to take another brick to the face because not only is Daniel Stern brilliant in that scene, like in Home Alone 2, great scene, still funny. Not only is he brilliant in that, but I legitimately don't like him. You do kind of love to hate them, but you know what I mean? Like you don't like them as people. Whereas I want these adults to succeed. And so when they're taking like pool balls to the face, I'm not laughing. I'm just like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like it
well, I didn't laugh at any of it either, but I felt it entertaining.
No, I don't know. I just thought that kind of damaged not the brand. I don't know how I'm trying to word this. I thought it was anti the point to like the villains.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I liked the flip on it.
I'm probably the last person, and I always hate when people say, "Oh, they Disneyfied it." You know, oh, they Disneyfied Marvel, so it's all going to be hugs and kisses in these movies or whatnot. This movie is Disney-fied. There's no bad guys in this movie.
No.
It's just a miscommunication and a misunderstanding that goes awry and goes into antics of Home Alone-ish like quality. To me, the problem is the kid's not likable. He's a little twerp at the beginning, kind of like Kevin is in the beginning of Home Alone, but he doesn't ever really redeem himself. Just at the end of the movie, he's just like, oh, I destroyed my house. My mom's gonna be so upset. And then you're home alone. It's the mom you care about. The mom shows compassion and concern and all the good things. The parents are the protagonists of this movie. The kid is the antagonist, and you don't ever turn on that kid ever in this movie. And that's why it doesn't work to the same degree as having likable idiots burglarizing a likable kid. This has likable burglars because they're just good people and a terrible kid. And so it just doesn't quite add up the same way to me.
I wish they would have made the kid more likable. I wish they would have given him a better reason so that I wanted to go in not knowing who to root for because you like everybody, but you're right. The kid you don't care for, and you're wanting the adults to finally get in there and then realize, oh, hey, it's just a kid who's home alone. And they do, and that happens. But the kid never really changes. He never has the character arc change that you're looking for. That brings this score way down for me, or this could have been a much, much better film.
Yeah. In the Home Alone, the first two Home Alones, Kevin always has that moment where like there's something he's afraid of and he overcomes it, or like the neighbor that he doesn't like, that he finds out like, oh, you're actually a good person.
The driveway.
Right. Like you're actually a decent person. And he kind of has that like grows up as a person moment. And in this one, like you see whatever this little kid's name is, like he's stealing from the church essentially, right? Like he goes to the toy drive and he's like, can I get a shopping cart for all this? And like, he never gets better from that. Like he just is that kid the entire movie. And then at the very end, like you said, the Disney movie, there's no villains in this. All of the people are just like, hey, we're best friends now. Like, I'm sorry. The mom who was in Japan is probably suing the shit out of you now that she knows you've got a $200,000 paycheck to like, hey, fix my home. And you're probably still losing your home.
It was
like,
just a misunderstanding.
We got a new chandelier. What about the rest of your home? Like that house is trashed. It was so weird to me that they're just like, oh, you left your kid alone, so we brought him to our house, and she's just like, oh, thanks. Like, really? That's I don't know how I'd feel about that if strangers just picked my daughter up and took her home.
What, Clean, what did you think about the booby traps that the kid sets up for them?
I didn't love them. I like you said about the previous, I thought there was way too much like special effects CGI, like with the bottles flying around and things happening. I was like, it's fun that they kind of like updated because of Mentos and Coke bottles is like an updated thing. So that was interesting, but I just didn't like the overuses of CGI to accomplish it. And to be fair, I only took one note on this movie. I fell asleep. The kid seemed unlikable throughout. That's the only thing I wrote. So obviously the traps weren't that memorable to me.
I didn't like the CG. These traps were not supposed to be complicated. Throughout any of these films, the traps are not supposed to be complicated. They're supposed to be something a kid should be able to put together. In 3, we see him driving like a tractor with a folded up trampoline on the back, and you're like, okay, that's ridiculous. You know, we've got super sophisticated houses. We've got baking going on in the next, and then in this one, it kind of got back to some of the old school stuff, and that's why they really didn't need special effects to pull it off. I did like that they went back to old school tricks where they're breaking into a house, but they weren't all that clever or new. It was a lot of the actors falling down and getting hurt, and I think that they tried really hard to make that funny, but it just isn't that funny at this point, and they should have given them more dialogue and lines for these better, these funny actors to pull off better dialogue and humor through that, and give the adults something to laugh about.
And there's a lot of funny people in this movie. They definitely could have done that.
Yeah, and
this is the only. No, this is the only one I watched with my daughter. I think she laughed once. So like it didn't even hit the mark as a kids movie. And that to me is the actual sin of this. Like if I don't like it, that's fine. It's not made for me. You're right. It's a family movie, but if my kids are having a good time, I'm going to have a good time. But if I'm watching this with my kid and she's not even having a good time, what am I going to get out of this? And the answer is very little, unfortunately, because I thought this would be the high point for sure.
So you want to score it?
Let's score it.
Let's go, Dan. You first.
All right. My score actually went up a tiny little bit while we were talking about it, to be honest. I don't know how much I have more to say about this one. The production quality is probably the highest on this one out of any of the these four movies that we've discussed.
Mm-hmm.
The actors I know are capable of more than they were given to do in this one. The traps, I honestly can't remember many of them. Like I think he took Nerf bullets and put like spikes on the front of them, and he shot people with billiards. But I don't know. I think that there was a huge misstep to make everybody quote unquote likable in this movie. I think it's good to have a villain that you are rooting against, even if it's like the Wet Bandits, where it is a lovable villain. You still want to see them fail. And in this one, you kind of want to watch everybody succeed. And the closest thing to a villain is kind of like the sister-in-law being like bratty about her little kid. And it's like, I don't care enough about them. There is no character arc or growth for the kids or the adults. Like everybody just kind of feels like the same people at the end of the movie they were at the beginning of the movie. It just didn't do that much for me. And most of the points I'm giving this are from a production standpoint. This got a 36 for me. And that's probably pretty high.
That's pretty high.
That actually came in higher than me. I felt that this movie got most of its points because it tried an original script with just putting a kid who's home alone. And I think that had they come to this point where the adults breaking into the house were about to do something that they couldn't come back from, and the kid realizes that they are just trying to save their own household, and he has to run and untrap the house or something, or stop them from going in, and now you're rooting for the adults to not get caught in the trap, and you're rooting for the kid to save them from his own traps or something, and you have that character arc of the kid, and you can kind of like him at the end, then this movie would have scored a lot higher for me. That didn't happen. The kid was just a brat and a snob the whole way through. But I did enjoy the traps. I had a little bit of fun with it. It felt a little bit closer to 1 and 2 in that. And we had actors that I thought had the possibility of being funny and entertaining, though they weren't utilized. This one comes in at a 32 for me. And that's as generous as I can possibly get with any of these four movies. Most of those points are because it had something new and different in this original idea of we now like the burglars and are rooting for the burglar. It didn't play out well by the end, but I like that they tried something new with this, and it could have been better had a different script panned out at the end.
Yeah, that's actually sorry. You reminded me of another one of my points for this movie. Not going to change my score at all, but just a question. In the original first two Home Alones, Kevin McAllister is treated like garbage by his siblings and the people in his household, and you understand why he's like, I want to be alone, and he's alone for a while before he starts being like, I kind of miss my mom at the holidays. Mm-hmm. In this movie, like his cousins don't want to share with him, and like his mom's on the phone trying to figure out the airline. Like even his family isn't jackassy or rude. You know what I mean? Like even his family aren't villains. Like literally everybody in this movie is, if not likable, not hateable. Yeah. So even his motivation to be like, oh, I wish I was all alone, is kind of like, I've dealt with worse than that. Like, that's fine. Like, nobody's actively going out of their way to bother you. Anyways, sorry, that was just a weird thought. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, I agree with Run on the fact that this is like the most well thought out original story that fits within a Home Alone title. It's a different aspect, a different way of looking at getting a character home alone and how it's dealt with. And for the originality of that, I enjoyed it. I just didn't like the kid all that much. But aside from that, production value was fine. Acting was fine. Could they have gotten more? Always. Could and I still think the editing in the first two movies is just so far superior in physical comedy editing than any of these movies put together. And it's just a shame that there's nobody around to fix that, because it could really bring all of these movies up. But aside from that, this movie actually ranked the same for me as Home Alone 3 at a 25 out of 100, just because of the originality and a different way to look at a story and getting that kid home alone and how it's dealt with. It just didn't end well.
Wasn't
for
how they
me.
got the kid home alone the exact same as the first two movies?
No, I guess just like how it's a different story. Like,
Okay.
in its at its core, right? It's about the two burglars. It's not about the kid at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I like that, the kind of the flip on the head.
I really thought that I just didn't like this kid because it was another child actor. But as you guys talk about him and hate him so much, I'm like, okay, my disgust for this character was warranted.
Yeah, actually, I think the kid actor was fine.
Yeah, as an actor, he was fine. I didn't like the character that they gave him to play.
Trash,
he needed to develop, was what it was. Yeah, opportunity missed with Home Sweet Home Alone.
So much time wasted watching these movies.
Oh yeah,
and that's nothing. It pales in comparison to Brian and what he's endured. So, Brian, well done.
I'm pretty sure I have seen each of these films at least 6 times.
I'm legitimately shocked you rewatched them. I really thought you were just gonna be
that's
like,
just
no,
for me,
I've
like
seen these
being
enough.
in the room with my son while he's watching them, because he's probably seen all of these movies about 50. And I'll just try and hang out and spend some time with my son, but I can only take so much. So, 6 times each in 10-minute increments, and then running off to the bathroom to vomit because it's rude. My wife says she's seen him like 20 plus times. Because she is a trooper and will sit with the kids all the way through.
All right.
Actually,
Sorry, I'm just going to be cracking numbers for a minute. So
That's
just
okay. Yeah, my kid actually watched Home Alone 3 with us, and he enjoyed it. I don't think he enjoyed it as much as the first two. And then he watched Home Sweet Home Alone, and he didn't really like it all that much. He wondered as well, like, because there's no bad guy, he's like, why?
Who am I rooting for?
He's like, no, why? It's not who am I rooting for. It's like, why is this kid doing this to these people? Why did he steal the doll? Like, why did he do that?
I did kind of like that the kid didn't steal the doll.
Yeah, which is fine. But at the end, I'm just like, it's such the worst ending. Is just like this other kid just has the doll. Like, where was it? What happened? Did this kid take it? What's going on? It's just like, why does it have to be so happy-go-lucky? It's just like so weird at the end, just be like, kumbaya, everybody, kumbaya.
I didn't like the reveal, but I liked that he didn't steal it.
Yeah, agreed.
I think my son likes 3 and Holiday Heist the best. He likes the he likes 3 and 4. He likes 4 because of the weird house with the revolving door. The open sesame, spin faster sesame.
Full speeds. That makes no sense at all.
Yeah. And then, anybody who understands physics knows that the door revolving like this is not going to shoot them out that way. No. But my son gets like he's bouncing in his seat, absolutely giddy during that scene. And
there is a lot of like high physicality in that movie, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And let's face it, in all 6 of these films, we're murdering people in real life. Over and over again, mutilating them in the most graphically violent ways possible, and somehow these are children's films.
The one scene, I actually made a note of it, but we moved past it before I got there. In Home Alone 3, I want to say it is, they have like an active lawnmower running directly at a guy's face, and I'm like, that's like, I know that we're killing people in all these movies, but like, that's legit dark.
Yeah, and it gives him a haircut.
Worse than like a brick.
Yeah, it gives him a haircut, and it would have just absolutely, If you ever watched Leprechaun the movie, the lawnmowers are bad for people.
We'll get there, Jet.
That's right. Leprechaun's a good franchise. We can check that out.
I don't know if good is a word you should be using.
Since Dan's doing some numbers, I'm gonna do some paperwork here or whatever, the footwork here. If you're in my stream, feel free to open up a window to the Monguli Show, and you can watch this on Dan's stream or check out Dan at a later time. Also, be sure to give Cleaning Agent a follow, as he is a variety streamer of the highest quality and always puts together an entertaining show. He's not live streaming this right now. We also air these videos on Dan's YouTube channel. I don't remember, but there's links in there that
Exclamation mark movies.
There we go. Yeah, exclamation mark movies in either of our chats. We'll get that link up there where you can go watch our rating and all the previous stuff we've done. I think, Dan, do you have the trailer reviews on our rating also, or is that on a different?
So my movie channel is everything. So that it's got my movie reviews, it's got my trailer reactions, and it's got our rating. So if you love movies, head over there, give that a subscription. I'd love to see that channel grow a little bit more. Some of the views on our rating recently have been significantly down. I'd love to see those numbers come up a little bit. If you can like the videos, you can share the videos, just watch the videos. Honestly, just being here on a Thursday night, anything you're willing to do, we'd love to have you.
And Dan does these trailer reactions, and I no longer look for cool trailers. I just wait for Dan to review them because they're usually in a timely fashion, and you get to watch the whole trailer right there. And then he goes back and reviews it and breaks it down and his response to it. So it's a great place to check out new movie trailers there as well. So even if you don't like listening to us talk about old movies like Home Alone, you can always check out newer stuff there as well. Did you get those scores ready?
They're pretty much done. If there's a trailer you want me to react to, send me a link in Discord and I will do my best to get to it. Because sometimes I just don't see one until it's already like 2 weeks later. And then it's like, well, is it worth doing 2 weeks later?
Are you doing the new Superman trailer?
That's one of the ones where it's like it came out, yesterday? And I was like, I didn't even realize there was a new trailer for it. But yeah, I very well could, because I'm curious about that movie. It looks interesting. Are we good here? Yes. Okay. So it is on the board. Brian mentioned ahead of time that it was his goal to tank this franchise. Brian, do you think you successfully did that?
Honestly, you guys threw out some really low scores on a lot of these as well. I think it's a group effort that we're going to bring it down. My hopes is to bring it beneath Highlander. That is my hopes.
It's a tall order. But
because I do think that Highlander is a better franchise than the Home Alone franchise. Home Alone has 2 Carrie movies, and the rest are such horrible trash. Whereas Highlander has 1 Carrie movie, and then they really go down pretty quick. But I wouldn't call them immediately the most trashy of trash.
Well,
that's debatable. I think,
it'll be interesting. What do you think, Brian? Or sorry, Will? Do you think we successfully tanked this franchise?
I don't think we're below Highlander. I think it's probably going to be the second lowest. That'd be my guess.
I don't know. If we add Highlander 5 to it, Highlander 5 is going to be the worst for sure.
Why does it always do that? There we go.
Oh my gosh.
You are correct. We could not successfully tank the franchise, which is I think legitimately a good thing, because as much as the 4 movies are awful, those first 2 are legit classics.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. I didn't realize that Highlander is coming in so incredibly low. Wow.
Oh god, the numbers were bad on that one. Highlander was our second episode. I don't know if maybe we were a little too harsh right outside the gate. But it's going to be hard to beat Highlander, to be perfectly honest.
I remember when we watched Highlander that the first movie is not as good as we all remembered it or wanted it to be. And so its Carrie movie just doesn't have the weight of 2 heavy-hitting Home Alone films that did quite well.
The problem is there's other great action movies in the 80s that just trump Highlander.
Yeah.
Whereas
and we
Home
did it
Alone
right
is
after
a classic Christmas family holiday movie that has stood the test of time. Two of them, right?
Yeah.
So there's just no comparison.
We did it right after Mad Max, right? Like it's a hard comparison to go again Fury Road to Highlander, right? Like, and you guys love Fury Road more than I do, but even I am like, this is a quality film. To go from that to there can be only one, where you've got like a Scotsman playing a Frenchman from Egypt or some such nonsense. You're like, what the fuck is going on? I don't get this.
I am a little sad that Home Alone is under Anchorman, but it makes sense with the 4 complete trash movies. It's just a numbers game at that point.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I did see it at first. I was like, oh, good, it beat Anchorman, and then I actually did. It. I was like, oh no, it just barely missed out on that one, unfortunately. But so this is as much of a list as we're going to be able to get on one page. From here on out, we're going to have to start making a second page, and we haven't really discussed what the next franchise is going to be. I have a thought, or I was thinking of something on the drive home. Actually, I guess we should finish this episode, and then we can discuss that.
Okay,
sure. Do whatever you want.
Stop sharing. Any final thoughts on Home Alone? I have one again from one of the movies that I forgot about. In Home Alone Holiday Heist. Sorry, I'm just curious. I don't know.
Let it
So I'm
die.
just throwing it to you
Go
guys.
ahead.
In Holiday Heist, the police come, arrest the burglars, and take the painting away. And then they get they're like, oh, that painting was worth $85 million, and we got letters to a thing. If you buy a house and something is inside that house, do you not own the thing inside the house? Like, it wasn't like it was they stole something, put it in the house, and then bought the house. Like, it was in the home at the time they purchased it. Like, if somebody leaves a couch, do you not own that couch now?
I think it depends if it was a priorly stolen item. I don't know if they clarified.
But I don't think it was. I thought it belonged to.
No, in the
previous owner.
paperwork of when you purchase a house, at least here in the States, when you purchase a house, it lists all of the appliances and items of any serious value that are in there, and it very clearly outlines what is being purchased in that. And so a painting of $85 million is probably going to make its way to that list. And if it's not included on the list, I think there's a legal claim to someone saying, no, that wasn't part of this sale. But I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. But I just think that there's grounds for it to be taken out of that and say, no, this is a piece of art or it belongs to somebody.
That's totally fair. That was one of those things I wasn't sure about.
Yeah.
I know when we bought this house, the previous owner left some stuff, and we're just like, thanks. He didn't leave an $85 million painting, I'll tell you that.
No, they left a whole bunch of paint.
Your
not
problem now. Right, exactly. Like, we got a couch and a freezer that didn't work. It's like, thank you so much. Appreciate that. But anyways, okay. Other than that, I guess just outro, and then we can hang out for a bit. Do you have hard out?
Yeah. I'll trail off eventually.
Yeah. All right, and that is our rating of the final 4 Home Alone movies. We did get the franchise up a little lower than I was hoping it would be, to be perfectly honest, but at least it's not at the very top with that asterisk, so we can say that we are done it. What do you guys think? Were we way too harsh on this franchise? Is this a franchise that you really love? Or are you thinking we probably should have gone a little harder on these, because some of these
this
are
franchise is
pretty rough
trash.
watches? I'm not even going to argue with that. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, make sure you head over to twitch.tv/The Show so you can watch it live, or hit the like and subscribe button if you made it this far in the video. You probably enjoyed it. I promise you next week we'll talk about something significantly better, even though I don't currently know what that's going to be. Have a good night, everybody. What do we want next week to be? All good. This should be not
also before I forget again and again, because I always forget, your little pony music over Run 7 riding horse was pretty funny.
I've thrown a couple of things in there, because like you mentioned one like months ago, like the butt thing. You're like, that's pretty good. I'm like, cool, he does watch these.
Yeah,
and then I put the AI images in the one where we talked about Insidious Rex, and it was always something different. So I just kept trying to find like images for like Abdomen Rex or Supersaurus Rex or all those. And I was like, this is gonna be great. And nobody mentioned anything. I'm like, And then I
haven't actually watched.
I just forget.
I haven't watched any of the R rating videos for a minute. Like, this whole summer's been so busy for me. I haven't gone through any of my content and clip stuff for my intros. I haven't watched any of our R rating videos. I haven't watched anything from any other. Like, I don't watch YouTube right now. I just don't have time for it. So you're telling me there's some hidden gems in there I need to go back and then look through. I'll check them out.
Yeah,
I'm trying to put in a little piece here and there where it's just like, okay, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can grab.
I think we should be flooding our videos with stuff like that. Whatever.
Well, you do some fucking editing then.
I'm not making my own videos right now. I can't edit ours.
Oh, I try and throw in what I can when I can, if it makes sense, right? Like, I'm not going to spend an hour doing something that may or may not work out, but if I can do something like quick and fun, and it's like, all right, that's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah. If we could, I wish that we could just hire a professional editor to do all these things. Spend the time.
I can't stress enough how much that's the goal.
Right.
And that's where I would love to get this. Even beyond
That's where
like
you come
doing
in,
this full
chat.
time.
Like and subscribe, share now, get this out there so that we can take the work off of Dan's back and just enjoy ourselves as much as you're enjoying our content.
Yes. Even more so than like I want to do this full time, and I do. I just want to get an editor. Like I just would
Yeah.
love to have somebody make these look as good as possible. I think I personally think we have a pretty good dynamic going. I think we're pretty funny. I think we are doing well, but having somebody be able to edit the videos a little bit sharper, do it a little bit faster than I can do it, like all of that would just be incredible. But
yeah. And really capitalize on a lot of more of the humor and the personality that's going on in these videos with the inside jokes and clips and outtakes and all those little things that we would love to do. But I mean, I've edited these things. They take forever.
They take
It's
forever.
It's a lot. I mean, if it's a one, like what we've been recording this for about an hour and 25 minutes, right? This portion of the video, not just the stream, but this portion of the video is an hour and 25 minutes. That's the absolute minimum you could possibly spend editing the video because you got to watch it through all once.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take that long. It takes like 5 times that long at best because you're constantly going back and rewatching and cutting and clipping and moving around. It just takes
Adding movie
So-
clips, doing
Yeah.
this and that. Yeah.
I've
It's
got
crazy.
it down fairly good where I will watch the episode and just make like cut out any dead
Nope.
space and cut out the beginning and the end, and like having the red curtain in the back so I know when the episode ends and begins saves a ton of time.
Mhm.
So I can cut right to the beginning and the end and then go through it, cut out any dead space, or if we like say something that just sounds stupid or you repeat yourself or something like that. There's just little things here where like that doesn't need to be in the episode. And I'll make notes where I'm like at 25:42, put the clip in where the dinosaur eats John Hammond. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I'll have like 3 of these of notes. Then I have to record the movie, watch the movie, cut out the parts that I actually need. Then I need to go back and like, okay, at 3:42, I need the scene
Wait,
of John
you're-
Hammond getting eaten.
You're recording bits of the movie?
I'm recording the entire movie and then I'm cutting the movie up to the parts that I need.
Dan, go to YouTube, type in that scene from the movie. I guarantee you somebody's got that clip on YouTube and you can just record that piece of it.
The problem is either the quality will be shit and then it'll look bad, or it'll have a watermark in the bottom saying like Brian's bullshit movie channel. And I'm like, no, this is Dan's bullshit movie channel. Thank you very much.
Just
And then I have to
crop
put that
in a
on
little
there.
bit. You just crop in a little bit. Nobody notices. And the quality doesn't matter. Have you seen my
Yeah.
face? Look at me. I look like
Are we
shit. It
here
doesn't
for
matter.
quality?
We're not
Come
going for
on.
quality here.
My
I want to do this professionally and hire an editor, but also I'm going to make it look like shit so no one wants to watch it. Like, what are we doing here?
I mean, I'm just saying. It's time management. That's because when I edited that one video, that's all I did. Is if there was a clip from a movie, I just go to YouTube and I type in that scene and grab it and just do a screen capture of that little snippet. Saved me a lot of time. I don't know if that's going to help you, but you're right. If the quality's coming through like shit and it looks bad, then you don't want to do it. I never had any trouble with finding a quality clip of things we were talking.
I mean, as is, because we're doing this the way we are, it is capped at 720p. So like that is the absolute best the 3 of us will ever look.
Right.
Having the video quality go from 720p from us, if anything, I want it to go from 720p to like 1080 or HD for the movie scenes. I don't want it to go from 720 to 340 or whatever it is. You know, what I mean? I don't want it to look worse when it's showing the movie.
Yeah.
But that's just my own personal hang up, right? Like you're right. I could do this way faster if I did it.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that you're doing it at all, Dan, because it's given us something fun to do and something to work on. And when time provides, like in the wintertime when my work schedule slows down, I'll see if I can't take some of the workload off of you again and try out some editing tricks and see if we can't bump up the quality or the edits a little bit better when there's less, if we're splitting the workload a little bit, can help out.
I appreciate that. This is the
wrong one. I was gonna say let's stay around for some headliners, but man, I'm already getting tired again.
Well, I definitely am not sticking around for headliners, but I would be free to chat for like 5-10 if you've got
Yeah.
that. But if you don't,
What are we going to next week? What are we watching?
So that's something I want to discuss with you guys. Not so much which franchise to do, but I know people have been talking about. There's a ton of movies that we can't ever touch on simply because they are not franchises.
Right.
What if we had a separate list, same show, still our rating, and we did a franchise and then like an individual movie as a palate cleanser before jumping into the next franchise. Do you think that'd be something you'd be interested in doing? And then we can do literally any movie ever and not be constrained to like, well, is that a franchise? Do these movies connect? How does this really work? And then you can do, sky's the limit.
Right.
It might be weirdly confusing because we'd have two lists.
You focus on newer movies.
For clicks.
I mean, you know what? In the amount of time that it's been out, the one we just did,
Fistful of Dollars.
Fistful of Dollars is doing pretty okay, being a 60-year-old movie.
Right.
I mean, compared like the Jurassic, like it's interesting going back and forth. The Alien and the Predator movies did well. So far, Fistful of Dollars is doing well, but like Jurassic World, nobody gave a shit. Like those ones are eating it bad. Anchorman was terrible. Like those views were like just pathetic. So it's like I would love to do whatever we want to do, but there's a part of my brain that's like, oh, like when you put out a couple of videos in a row that don't do well, for people who don't know how YouTube works, YouTube doesn't necessarily push your next video as much as they might have, right? Whereas if you're a video that does really well, they will push your next video. Right. I feel like having Anchorman come out and those got like 20 views meant that Jurassic World just got less of a push. So like, I don't know. A part of me is like, F it, just make what we want to make because we're more here for the Twitch community than the YouTube community anyways. And the other part of me is like, I would like to do both.
I was saying, I want to watch and review movies that I haven't seen before. So newer movies are going to kind of have to be it because we're all movie buffs. So we've seen a lot of stuff. And so that's why I'm thinking newer movies because we get to watch new stuff is all.
Yeah, or just like, they don't have to be new per se, but just movies the three of us haven't seen or always wanted to see and haven't seen, or a movie I've seen that I really want you guys to see that you haven't seen.
That works too. I kind of like that
too, right?
There's always stuff that you guys are like, oh, you should see this, and I haven't gotten around to, and I don't have the time. But yeah, we can always do that.
Spice World is a great example
of something I've never seen,
and don't want to. I've seen it. It's it's a movie in the most technical sense of the term.
Technically, a movie.
We've watched a couple of those recently.
I don't know. So is that something you want to consider? Is doing an individual, or do you want to just jump straight to another franchise, or what's the thought process?
I like both, but I don't know. I feel like we're starting to cast a wide net. I say we stick with franchises for now, but I do like the idea of getting in some fresh singular films.
Is there a world in which either of you have enough time on a Thursday night to do 2 shows back to back?
Not during the summer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I even as I said it, I was like, then I have to watch another movie and edit something else. Like, oof, I don't know.
You're killing yourself. You're killing yourself.
You know what? There are other people that we know that are looking to do some topical shows with a group of people. And maybe that's more the place for it. And we could all get together and watch a movie. And then those other people? Those other people could get their hands dirty with editing and posting videos or whatever they want to do. I don't know if they want me to throw their name out on this idea or not, but there's some other people that are like, hey, we should get together, a group of us, and talk about things. And that's a thing that we could talk about.
Is it a chilly Australian?
No.
Okay.
No. No, he did want to get together for other things too, Frosty, but no, this is something I was talking about with somebody else.
Okay.
I think I like what we're doing here. I like the other ideas, and I do always get excited about new ideas and new stuff, but realistically, I can't put any more on my plate. And I think we got a long ways to go before we get sick of doing franchises, and maybe we just stop doing franchises and switch to the other after another year of this. I don't know.
I mean, you say that, but I was editing the Jurassic World movies recently, and I think Will could be out in a heartbeat if we keep going on this path. We have another Jurassic World to do in July, and he might just be like, I'm out.
Well, I mean,
depends greatly on the movie.
You know, when we went to
trailer, I don't think it will.
When we went to the Dollars franchise, it really revitalized this whole process for me by seeing good art being created in film and done, and how it was done. It was exciting, and it reminded me of like when we did Evil Dead. There was some aspects of that franchise, not the whole thing, but some of those movies were really amazing. How they created something neat and interesting and gave us some really cool stuff to talk about. When we dive into Fast and Furious type movies, our eyes glaze over because they are trash, right? They might make money, but they are trash, and we don't get excited about that.
I think when it comes to the Fast and the Furious, we will absolutely have to do like one a month as opposed to just back to back to back. Because I just don't think I can handle.
Honestly, when we get to Fast and the Furious, it might be a time for us to switch to doing singular movies as well as the franchise. I don't want to do Fast and Furious at all. I just don't want to do it.
Episode 187. You've already committed. It's in your contract.
Well, we're only at episode like 24 or something, so we still got a ways to go.
Yeah, we got a ways to go.
Okay, so sorry, we haven't actually discussed. So we're going to stick with franchises. What do we want to do next? We did have, I think, was it Neverending Story that was the next one up as far as.
I'd love to go to Neverending Story. I've only seen the first one. I don't know anything about the others, and I haven't seen them in a very long time. I think that would be a good switch from what we have been doing, something fresh. I like that idea.
Yeah, Neverending Story was the next highest of the poll.
I think it's a good idea to help prevent getting just burnt out. Not even stale, burnt out, or just hating on things is not picking 6 franchise series and sticking to 2 or 3, because then it switches out enough, or typically it's either really good throughout or really good to really bad, but at least you have both sides of it without just drawing it out for too long. I think that's where the burnout comes, is like 7 Jurassic Park movies, 6 Home Alone movies. It's just too much of the same thing.
And
so
it's not even the talking about, like with Home Alone, we had to watch 6 of these films. That sucked.
Correct.
You know, clumping them together.
I did all of them in a day.
Clumping them together and getting it out in one episode was a great idea. I liked that. It worked well because I wanted to get it over.
Yeah. I don't imagine any of the audience wanted this to take a month either.
Yeah. And we can break down, we talked about it. We can break down franchises into clumps when we can. Star Wars is a great example of an easy one to break down into 3 movies at a pop, and you can switch to something else in between them and keep it fresh. That's great. And like I said, if we do just reach this point where we're like, man, I am sick of doing franchises, we don't have to do a franchise. We switch to something else, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's true. And we've still got a ton that I'm curious to touch on. So
Dan can has an opportunity to make a new poster then as well, so he doesn't have to worry about the space.
That's right.
There you go. Yeah, you mentioned something, and I kind of took a different direction. I wanted to touch on, Brian. You were talking about how nice it was to do the Dollars trilogy, because it was actually touching on some art for once. I didn't create the show thinking that we would just be like negative and harp on movies, and there was like a 7 movie stretch there. It was just like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, and like, it's fun to rip on a movie and it's funny to rip on it, but at the same time, it's like, when there's nothing constructive or interesting to say other than like, oh man, this scene was terrible, and oh, this was bad, like, it does wear a little bit on me, at least. I don't know about on the 2 of you guys, but it was just like, okay, I'm ready to talk about something
inspiring,
positive, which is not to say that it's like this is a perfect film, but at least it's like, okay, we can actually make compliments about it. We can talk negatively about certain scenes as well, but it's not just let's rip on this for an hour.
Yeah. I think one of those Dollars movies made my top 100 list of films.
Oh, wow.
But the rest of them weren't, I hadn't even seen. And so going back and watching that, it was like, wow, this is great to see the director grow through the films, how they change, the tricks that they use. You get to dive in and dig into the cinema that you really enjoy, you know? And when we see a movie like Home Alone 4 and the horrible cinematography in that film that is almost offensive, that you have to watch that crap. It's hard to do a bunch of them. So it's good to watch something that inspires you and makes you remember why you like movies, and it's good to watch stuff that you can laugh about how bad it is. Gotta go back and forth.
Yeah, have some balance, yeah.
I debated for like 2 seconds if Home Alone 4 just got a 0. Just like, there was literally nothing redeeming about that movie for me. As I said, other than me just being like, I don't know what's going on. Like that confusing, like I'm trying to figure out a puzzle.
Yeah.
That like the second time will not be there. The second time I watch it, there will be no puzzle. Be like, oh, this is just this. And I'm like,
why are you watching it again?
no, I'm just saying, like if you would ever go back to it, right?
Fair,
like
fair.
kind of like with Mad Max, where the first time I watched the first movie, I was so confused because I was expecting an apocalypse. And instead, most of the movie is like, they're going to like hospitals that look as clean as a hospital today. I'm like, what is happening? Whereas the second time I watch it, it'll be like, oh, I understand what's happening to some extent, at least.
Yeah.
But in a really good movie, really shit movie, like it's different sides of the spectrum. But anyways, yeah, this has been fun. This has been a good night.
So did we decide what we're going to watch this next week?
I
Neverending
believe
Story?
we're going with Neverending Story. We are going to we're going back to being separate movies, right? Like we'll just do Neverending Story 1 for this one.
And then 2. Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Cool.
I think that's going to be a great switch for us, a different kind of genre there. Something fresh, something I haven't seen in a long time, haven't seen at all for the second one. This will be good. Clean, have you seen both those?
Well, there's 3, by the way.
There's 3, right?
Whoa, okay. Well, I guess we're going to watch 3 of them then? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I believe I've seen the first 2. I have never seen the third.
Okay.
But again, I haven't seen them since I was probably 10 or 12 years old. So it's been a long time.
I saw the first one. I've seen the first one's the only one I've seen. And obviously it's one I watched a lot as a kid and didn't see for like, how old am I? 30 years, 25 years, something like that. And then I watched it with my twins maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I'll have thoughts on it. I'll watch it again for sure, because just to clarify, but I'll have thoughts on it that I'll save till then. But it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting conversation, I'm sure. And I can't imagine 3 is going to be very good. I'm just guessing. But
yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. All right. It is getting close to 11. I think we're going to call it for the night. I am off tomorrow, so I've got some stuff I need to do, but I'm probably going to be streaming a little bit of possibly Doom Dark World or whatever that new one's called. That's free
Dark
on Xbox
Ages,
Game
yeah,
Pass.
I'll
so
be there watching
Dark
it,
Ages.
and that looks so good. I'm very curious to watch that and see how
It
that
is
plays.
downloading on my Xbox right now. It's free on Game Pass. So I was like, well, heck yeah, I'm not paying $100 for this, but I'll definitely play it for free. So I
Yeah.
might be streaming that tomorrow. Cleaning Agent, you're going to be live in the evening. What do you got going on?
Dude, I have no idea. I'm just going to hope that my setup is better than it is now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we're at that stage right now. So we'll be playing some games, probably doing stupid shit.
Nice. Run, do you have any idea when you're going to be live next with some Expedition 33? Are we ever going to play Split Fiction again?
I hope so.
Put you right on the spot.
I thought we were doing Split Fiction on Mondays was what I thought we were doing, and then we just didn't do it the last 2 Mondays for some reason.
Do you mean Sundays when you say that? Because we
Is it
played it on
Sunday?
Sundays.
Oh yeah, it was you on Sunday, and then I would play through it again with West is Left, and do the other character with West is Left on Monday.
Okay.
So that's what I'd like to try. What's tomorrow's Friday?
Tomorrow's Friday. I could be around Sunday morning for an hour and a half.
Yeah, let's see if we can't do something Sunday morning. I'm gonna try and keep Saturday open to do some Expedition 33, and tomorrow night I'm gonna try and get into The Thing Remastered and knock out some of that game. I'd like to play through that one really quick. I'm enjoying it, but it's definitely not scary enough to be something that really excites me. I really got to find. It's tough to find games that really scare you. Right now, it's just chat scaring.
Yeah,
Which
well,
is
chat
fun
is
in
pretty
its own
terrifying.
way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week with Neverending Story. Make sure you check that out before you come on over. And if you haven't already, !movies, go over, hit the subscribe button. Why not? Hit the follow button here on Run's channel or on Mongooli's channel. Look for Cleaning Agent wherever Cleaning Agent's can be found, and follow him because he's shockingly entertaining. Not that you'd know it from this episode. I'm kidding. Sorry, that was a random dig for no fucking reason. You guys have a great
before
night.
I get hit by everybody. Okay, that's it. And I'm gonna raid for. Oh, you guys can't see me, huh? Hold on a second. I'm gonna raid out to anybody I'm following right now, so that you guys in chat can go hang out with somebody else. And Mongooli's streaming. That's no good because he's gonna be shutting that down. Verdi's doing the Dark Ages right now. Why don't you guys get a jump start on the Dark Ages? I'll send you over to Verdi. She's playing it. This I might. Oh no, I gotta get going. I can't even lurk to see. Oh wow, that looks fun. That looks so fast paced and fun. So, all right, that's loading up. As always, thank you guys. I'm glad that I could be streaming today. I don't normally stream R rating, but there you go. And take care. I don't think Mongooli's streaming anymore, Windstorm. I mean, he is technically streaming, but he's closing up shop too. No point in me right now. All right, have fun watching Doom: The Dark Ages on Verdi's stream. I'll see you guys later. Bye.